Thank you, Horizo. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, Creator. Oh, we got some sunlight coming in there. All right, I don't know how long that's going to last. Looks like it's going down. But thank you for the Shiloh, the S-O-N, the Redeemer, the one who will come back and take the bride to the wedding, and those that will hear that harper's harp. So, all things after your own counsel. You created all things for your own pleasure. It's not by chance. Thank you for coming in again. Good to see you. Been hauled off to jail again, so but everything will work out. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. If Father created all things, then there's nothing happening by chance, and there is no such thing as luck. So nobody's going to get lucky here. Nobody's going to all go by. Father's wrote all things, so he gave people the options, self-will, pornea, but he knows the options. There's no dice that are going to land that he doesn't know where they're going to land. He can stack and cheat the deck, but he's inside you, so he knows what you're... But people don't realize that. He's not in the sky. He says to meet him in the sky. So, hallelujah. Air, baby. Beat him in the air. How about that? Does that beat him in the age where the throne of God will be crowned? Those that harpers harp, they will hear that wedding, that harp, that what a beautiful sound it'll be. A cosmos, an orderly arrangement of, imagine that, each strum, imagine how it will make you won't have no flesh, so hope you're not planning on getting more flesh. So it's kind of the blessing of this ministry too. No matter what they do to the flesh, Christ is inside us. He's not, when he left this place, he left the flesh. That's what he's talking about. And went to where his Father's house is at, and that used to be a physical temple, and that was destroyed. So that's inside you. Christ in you. The oil. Hamashiach. Shiloh, the one who is going to prepare that place, and Noah 126 years to build an ark. You're the ark, but been 2,600 years. He ain't done preparing yet, is he? Still preparing the bride. So be ye ready, prepare ye the hados. So difficult is the narrow way that leads to the straight. Oligos, find that gate. Most people go to hell, and very few are the bride. And but he'll a little season, fear not. He said to make a new Shem. No one I return, no woman know my Shem. No woman know my love, my Agape. So thank you for that. Always start out with giving glory to Father, the Creator. My Maker is my dad. My Father is not in the sky. Heaven is inside of me. I don't know where your heaven's at, but I know where my Father's at. I know where Christ is at. I know my body is a temple. So he destroyed the temple, the armies, destroyed every building in Israel, turned it to rubble. How about that? And then into gravel. Then plowed salt into the land so nothing would grow there for a whole lifetime. So nobody would return. So here we are, one day closer to that great, and for oligos and dread for those who decided they couldn't narrow, they had to go the broad way. We're not willing to narrow self, deny self, take up your cross, disciples, Take up your cross daily. Deny self daily. And no pornea. No idolatria. Follow. Do what I did. Do what I did. What did he do? He came back to fulfill all flesh. Correct? Through Father, through the covenant, Jews and Gentiles. So not just in one place on this rock. I rebuke any of that. That's fake Israel. Fake physical Jew. There's no physical. It's north, south, east, and west. But he's not north and south in the sense of a pole god. They hung him on a tree, not a cross. He chose you to carry your cross, and he didn't carry a cross. So where do you find yourself yoked to daily? He wants you to yoke, not of this. Do not yoke to this world, correct? Don't sup and is that your like your wife, right? You're not supposed to be equally yoked. Hados. Oh, under this new covenant, huh? Thank you, Paul, for the writings in Corinthians, and thank you, Father, for Deuteronomy, the covenant of the Old Testament, the contract nailed in a public place on a tree or stake in a public place with two witnesses declaring that bill of marriage. Yeah. It's all about a wedding. Nobody takes it. Everybody's like, oh, it's religion. I'm like, what religion? I hate religion. It's about a wedding, you idiots. It's about a harper's heart. Remember, you're going to take the bride. It's about a lamb. The wedding feast of the lambs. Hallelujah. Are you ready? Who are you married to? You fornicating with this world? Partaking in her ways? Supping with her? The bowls, them are the cups, the wrath of indignation to be poured out. Whoever fornicates with this beast, it, neuter gender, any way, shape, or form, you're going to feel it. A just measure will be poured out on all. If you stand against it, then none of the plagues of Revelation will come against you, huh? Warning, like a sign of what is to come. Prognosko, the bride, Romans 8:29. It's already there. It's already in stone. Not heaven, not God. Heaven and God aren't up. Good question, though, John. Thanks for coming in. And that's a very good question. So anytime anybody asks you what's up, say, not God, not heaven. God's not in the sky. You're an idolater. Dude, uh-oh. You might want to research what that word comes from. Please go research some dude. For sure, bro. Shaka, bro, man. All right, dialectus, you know what that is? Dialect or gloss of tongues. Foreign to you, alien. Operation tattoo. Oh. Nano. You just had, did you see that? I just seen a whole nano swarm drone go up your nanos, like hop on the magic school bus. Nano. You're interlaced with this worldly things, but the iron will not cleave with the watery clay. It'll push itself from the inside out. It's a reverse circumcision. Shazbot. Exactly. Next thing you know, they're in your heart setting up sequences, rhythms, maybe like a multi-decadal oscillation or something like, oh, careful. They got your rhythm going there, huh? Put your hands up. Decimi or 10 or what? 10 toe? Stand up. Everybody get your hands up. It's a stick up. Yep. Let me see your decimi. Got Sex Pistol Jesus in here. Who's going after this Jesus Christ in a manger? What's all that about? Pagan, Satanist, fake, whatever religion is vain. You know what that word means? Vain, like it says in the book of Jeremiah. Oh, heareth what the Lord say, O Israel. Be not dismayed. Oh, learn not the ways of the heathens. Oh, yeah, we'll set you up on the... That's why I said multi-decadal. Got to have that alternate sequence to... It gets like 5D, quantum. Oh, yeah. That's beyond. Quantum is the other dimension side of the fourth, huh? So... Careful, they'll hop on the magic school bus. They'll have a swarm nano drone up your nanos in your ear hole, or maybe up your pie hole or your backside or something. I don't know. You better be careful. It's in the food. It's in the water. It's in the sky. It's everywhere you want to be, like Visa MasterCard. It is. Let your fingers do the walking. Believe what I'm telling you. Not like a thought in your head, like it's an action word. Can't believe in something like a thought in your head. That's like America. That makes no sense. Not even a single penny. Wow, I finally got rid of my ex there. They didn't make no more pennies. I finally feel free of my ex. Her wife, my last name's wife was Copperhead. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Snapper head. No, just kidding. Her name was Cent. No, her name wasn't Cent. Her name was Penny. But America makes no sense. So I'm free, right? Free. Oh, they stick the penny. Nobody cares. I love it. This is like, you're like, did you see the WWE wrestling F where they had you on the line? He said, Zelensky says, come to your house. Mm-hmm. I've already told you that. Bad Man Orange. Mr. Cheeto. Mm-hmm. They're great. Frosty. The dough man. The oil guy, you know. So, what do you think? Are you red-eye to go? Did you prepare ye the way? He comes back with eyes of fire. Are you red-eye to go? He said, follow after me. Are you red-eye to go? I'm asking you. All right, never mind. You must be on some other shizzle, right? Like Snoop sellout on that dispense. Got you intense. No, you should be intense and you're not. You think everything's going to be great. It's supposed to be tabernacles, wandering Jews, spiritual Jews in the desert. Intense. Get it? All right, probably not on your heart. But I didn't choose that. He only wrote it on the bride. Everybody else, it's not iron will not cleave the watery clay. So they'll fornicate with the beast, and the clay will not push itself from that inner circumcision and all that stuff. Well, it's already in us, all of us. So we'll see when they do their little silly millimeter wave switch. They got all this stuff that already toyed with you, directed energy. Oh, you better have a blue roof. United Nations. Much? Oh, wait. That's NATO. Oh. So, NATO. Hope you're standing 10-toe, not a slave on your knees to the system, because Father doesn't want you to fornicate with this system. All right there, John Connor. Terminator. Donald John. J.D. Vance. In advance. So, have court tomorrow, brothers, sisters. I've kind of made a little bit of deal about this Marshall thing. I'm going to find, I think that I'm correct in this case. I've been blocked by him. So, fathers will be done. Shiloh, I'm facing more charges. Got 6 felony charges for menacing the police officers. I'm a menace to the police. And harassing them. Harassing police officers and menacing them. And so they took my guns because I'm harassing them and menacing them. That doesn't sound very Christ-like of you, Pastor Revelation. Really? What'd they do to Christ? They killed him. So I ain't trying to get killed. I'm just saying. Hey, you're Cracker Jesus, remember? Halakha Haggadah, baby. Corporation or constitutional republic, one nation under God. You're a corporation. You're going to be held accountable, brothers and sisters. And I'm just trying to tell you, those whose it's gave a hearing ear, do not partake in her ways. Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. Don't fornicate with children of darkness. The beast, it, neuter gender, all this AI nonsense, aliens and outer space and Musk and Trump and this red team, blue team bullshit nonsense. Did that in Rome. It's divide and conquer, and that's not, he didn't say go inside and put a fucking face diaper on. He said go out and heal the sick. I rebuke this nonsense. 19 CV AI. Do the math. A1 I9. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. President 9/11. Get it? People are blind as a bat. Like it came out of some market, and some soup. Now they're talking about auditing the Fed. Oh, wait, it was the Fed last time. Now it's gold. Mr. Gemini, kind of like Marshall. Gemini on me. So it is what it is. It'll all get taken care of. Father already has it written. What am I? I have no reason to be anxious. Only those who fear the Lord. Well, there's 3 books. So the Book of Remembrance, that's another Oligos book. I don't believe that I'm not sure if even fewer. Because I know if you go through the Book of Judgments, there's 3 books, and most pastors or some kind of somebody who understands and studied a little bit of this word would understand that there's 2 books, but I don't know many pastors or teachers or deacons or reverends or anybody who studies this word who knows about the 3rd book. They may know of the Book of the Lambs, the Wedding Feast of the Lambs, the 2 books of, the Book of Life and the Lamb's Book of Life and the Book of Judgments, where I don't give a fuck what you believe. We're all going to pass through. It doesn't matter about belief. It's judgments. He pours out a just measure on all of us. So there's no way to escape those judgments. And that's what these elite are concerned, because after this judgment, we don't get flesh back. You don't go to heaven and it's not in the sky, and it's not even here, if you can understand that, because it's with Father, and it's inside of us. So heaven is inside of us, Father's inside of us, Christ is. It's all I've taught you. So you're not going to come back when he says you're going to get a new body. You're just so used to this meat suit, and Father doesn't have a meat suit. And never did and never will. Father, maybe Father can manifest in a meat suit. I don't believe so ever will. I don't want to blaspheme belief like a thought in my head with my studies. Father has always existed before, always was, and always will be without flesh. That is what is the Ruach HaKodesh Aletheia, baby. That's what it's about to me. That's what it's about, the wedding. To go get my new body. Not this one, and not a new one. Because that's not what the wedding is about. That's not he takes the evil, the darkness from what causes us to sin, this outer flesh. It's in the word. If I'm blaspheming, I'm a false teacher. You should have known I was born on the 13th day of the 9th month in November. So you figure it out for yourself. Scorpizzo, I already told you. I wouldn't hide it from you what my celestial sign is. Tell you I'm a Magi. Tell you I am Daniel, and I know all these things. And I'm eternal, and there's no such thing as death and time, and you're in a fucking box and all this bullshit. Yep, you do you and I'll do me by the number 7. Be mature. Just the Antichrist going to be looking just like that. Can you tell? Is that real or not? See, not a real one or a fake one. See, I wish I had a Liberty or something, They always steal they'll throw their gold and the silver in the streets. I know they do monster boxes at a time. We've been doing that for decades. Not because it doesn't have value. This is money, but if the Antichrist, people think the Antichrist or remember the devil is a red leotarded spandex wearing little kitty devil on your shoulder, and the word devil doesn't exist. I rebuke the word devil. That's a childish understanding. If you use the word devil, you're your dialect is olegas. Puny little bit of it's the word demonion, and that's a man that tells lies to others. A scorpizzo, a false teacher, a demon, anybody who changes one single letter, period, of Scripture is Antichrist, not the Antichrist. That's the one that's locked up in the pit, the seventh king, in the abyss, right? You call it the pit, but it's not. It's the abyss. It's the place of no knowledge. It's not a place. It's the place of no knowledge, if it's by definition. But people think heaven's in the sky and hell is somewhere under their feet. They used to call it the abyss because they think that Tammuz, the son of Satan, in these dark months of the year was in the constellation. You were looking out to the Mediterranean Sea. You'd look out the Horizo, because that is my father. Horizo. My father, the Most High, is Horizo. So he is the divider of the flesh. He is light. He doesn't exist. He sent his son to fulfill Gentile nation in the woman, to be able to declare, Mary had, that the folded mass declared he will return. Hallelujah. But that Christ had risen, gave women a voice, and are now equally yoked. So women keep these men in line. They're Jezebels. They are. Hold them accountable. They all act like Jezebels in America. They're all Jezebels. 99% of men in America are Jezebels. They don't stand up for the one nation under God. They don't stand up to that protected, God-given, constitutional, organic, natural, color law, Black's law, whatever you want to. It's the law of the land. It's the Constitution of the United States of America. But this isn't. That's corporation now, and it's not that once constitutional republic. So see, nobody stands for this, and therefore they're partaking and fornicating with this beast. 40% of the people in this walls within that I live are part of this it system, this neuter gender government. And he tells us, don't sup with swine, don't cast our pearls in the mud, don't cast your pearls before swine, don't sup with vipers. Same thing to me. Worms, things you can't get out of you. It's just toxic unless he rebukes you. Yeah, so people in government are pigs. I don't eat pork, and it's not good for us. You can eat whatever you want under this covenant. It's not what goes in a man, it's what comes at him. So I'll have to excuse me for my cursing. But let's get back to this teaching. He said, call no man teacher. A false teacher is somebody who says anything about Scripture that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's a scorpizzo or a demon. Because if you change even a jot or a tittle of the Scripture, a yod, or even a letter of, speak English, a period, a comma, a number, a letter, any of it, he'll blot your name out of the wedding. 3 books, only those who fear the Lord will be written in that 3rd book. It's a sin to curse, please, my family friendly. I've got a question for you. The guy is a sin. Well, tell me what sin is. Sin is to curse. Curse, what do you mean? Stung like by a spelling bee? Pluck you. Words are cursed. I think you got too much public television. Got stung by the spelling bee, writing, in letters and curses and cursives. And grow up. Christ stood against the law. Go see. We're not supposed to curse, though. We're not supposed to use fuck or any. Pluck is a U-bow. They used to cut their, flipping the bird is they used to cut their middle finger off. That's a war. The French, they would take and go like this to them, like mock them, because they would cut their U-bow finger. The U was the bow, and they would pluck the U-bow back, and that's where you get the term flipping the bird. So people don't even have any idea. Dialectus. I know my brother Jim Brown, if you like seeing these teachings without any cursing, shut up, get out of here, Penguin, with your stupid idiot. I just did a live stream before this. Go back to the live stream and don't ever come back here. Ever again. You're black and white, you Illuminati fuck. Yeah, you. Get your penguin ass fucking Joker and kick rocks. Turn that into sand. Don't build your house on sinking sand. He's the Petrus Lysis out of here. False rapture, Operation Love Boat, much. So anyways, false teaching. It's not, this little kitty devil over here on your shoulders. The Antichrist mirrors that coin. I tell you can't tell the difference between Christ. Remember, he comes back and performs all the same miracles and wonders. So he warns of 2 things, idolatry and imagery. So this idiot's weary of his eyeballs. And I got shot in the face. This eyeball don't work very well. It's still working. It just got shit in the way. and I can still hear, but like a robot in one ear. I can still see out of the left one, but don't worry about your eyes. Those are the two thieves, the two witnesses that he said that'll send. This one here and this one here, and he always declares to, and that's the ones that'll rob you of your inheritance. So you might want to not worry about what your eyes see, and might want to stick your face in definition. He said, I am the Aletheia. I don't believe this nonsense like America makes no sense, not even one single penny. That's silly. And the whole country just sleep at the wheel because most people don't pay in cash is king, right? Oh, there's a third king now. How about a chain, a blockchain? I'm going to get this fire going. Hold on, let me throw myself on the fire here. I'm out here in the high desert and got the wood stove going, so need to keep these puppies warm with the dad. Puppies warm with the dad. All right, anyways, let's get back to this live stream because I don't care. Just Jimmy Crackcorn 13 warning of a false teacher. If the Antichrist doesn't come, devil's not in some leotarded suit. He comes performing all the same miracles and wonders, and it's not a physical Antichrist. It's a spiritual Antichrist. So if you think anything is physical in this world, you need to go back to this reading the scripture. You pulled him down from the tree that he hung on and the covenant he made. You ripped him down from that, and you made all of that vain and worthless. So I just lead people to the narrow way just because they're an idiot understanding and not read the scripture, don't know the gospel. So I would listen to these devils. They're Leviathan, that crooked. He said, be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. So meek, not weak. It's going to be a part of my testimony. Meek, not weak. That's what I taught. Fourth Amendment. Under the Constitution, I have the right to be secure house, papers, persons, and effects. Warrantless search or seizure. Can't seize my body without a warrant. You have to show cause. What? Yep. I'll take them out my property. All that. These people are done falling under a strong delusion. That's okay. Father wrote it, so it's not me who be not anxious. Okay, back to this evidentiary stream for here for a minute. Let's do this like Popeye on Brutus. The state and the county have the burden of proof, preponderance of evidence. I have the preponderance of evidence in this case, way more showing that Elijah did his hours. They're going to have to prove actually that Elijah didn't do his 180 hours. And that's not going to be even the thing, because not only did he do the 180 hours, he started doing additional 133 hours, which will equate to probably over 300 hours. And he will be reimbursed if he's alive if my prior friend Marshall didn't kill him and hide him in these gold mines somewhere here in Oregon. I'm not sure where these gold mines are at in Oregon, but supposedly this prior friend that I had the ability to come hide Elijah. And I said, no, you're not hiding him. Just like I told Elijah, no, you're not stopping this car. Go home. Go back to the sanctuary. Go back to the ministry. And no speeding. He didn't. And we only passed one car. Nobody they didn't even pursue. So I'm not even concerned about any of that evidence. They have the burden of proof, and under my Sixth Amendment, and still my son and Adriana and myself and you under the Constitution have that protected right under the Sixth Amendment if they're going to try to Title 18 prosecute you under a criminal trial, criminal charges. It's got to be through the House, Congress, and Senate. Any of these additions are repugnant, and we won't go over that right now, but they were added in an Oregon statute, revised. It was a revised. I'm not some statute, and I'm not original Title 18 statutes, not revised. I'm not a corporation, wasn't arrested under some capital letter name, and will refuse till the day I die to ever be arrested under any kind of name in capital letters. I'm not a capital building, or I'm a fucking statute or a corporation. You can fuck yourself. I don't do My name is not in capital letters. I have always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. So you can be commerce, but I will not operate. That's fornicating with this neuter gender beast, in case you hadn't figured it out, or at least it is in my measure, because I used to be law enforcement and a prior pig and have background in this special weapons and tactics that they decided instead of looking to any evidence to just use a SWAT team. So definitely targeting. I think the state's only way out of this now is to drop all charges. If I can locate Elijah and Adriana and they want to pursue charges, I will assist them. But I am not going to keep my word. I told them I'm not going to press any charges. I'm not vengeance after any man. I did make the statement that I would shoot the state of Oregon police officers if they came on this property again, because I fear for my life. They already assaulted me, hit me in the face with a grenade, didn't give a fuck about my dogs as I was asking them, pleading, and already told them that I would exit, and they were live streaming all of it. They spent way too much money on, see, they have the burden of proof now, too, to prove that Elijah didn't do these 180 hours, like with me. Why was I arrested? Because I wouldn't let them arrest my son. I have what is called affirmative defense, the right to protect myself and my son under habeas corpus. He has the right himself to protect himself from illegal prosecution. Justification defense, all civil criminal trials, all civil criminal liability under Title 18, under the Sixth Amendment. I have the right. My actions are justified. So even if my son, I'm hoping my son's just gone and found himself a good hiding spot. Affirmative defense, the legal definition, the linguistics, the difference between legal and lawful. And so we'll see if this attorney will put it on the records. I already have many times to file a motion to dismiss charges immediately and dismiss and drop no contact order in all parties. And we might be able to settle this if they just drop the charges, they'll be okay. They're going to have to drop the charges, return my shotgun and my ammunition that I didn't have that much. I said I got plenty of ammunition for missing because I don't miss. Duh, you dumb fucks. And they found that out when they searched this property the other way. You fucking ammunition, Hurley. Shit. I don't need a weapon. Now I can't even protect my animals. A fucking wolf in this area could easily take out anything out here. And nope, can't even protect my animals now. That's called the red flag gun law that I've been warning you people on this channel about. So you didn't listen to me, and now they trumped red flag gun law. They just used it against me. Extreme risk protectable. I already showed you it on the live stream. So that is what it's called. Extreme risk. Because I said, okay, I'll defend my property this time. You come out here last time, I know 100% you came in illegally, excessive force, hit me in the face with a flash, concussion grenade, which you're not supposed to be throwing at somebody's face. That's not how that works. It's like this smoke grenade here. If you're a kid, get out of here. This is a 17 and older, 18. See, no 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. I have this on. Damn freaking. So, moderators, remoderate that child out of here, please. Can you guys see on the stream? This is an 18 and older stream, so I'm not sure why YouTube would filter somebody in there. But anyways, this is a smoke grenade, and this fills up a room with smoke. This is concussion flash, concussion grenade, hand thrown. This is fired off, underneath a M203, underneath their newer type of, ARs, or I don't know what the fuck they had out here, and I don't care. They still shot 5 of these through the windows. They still shot multiples at the windows and hit the fucking outside of the building and the edges of the thing. So I know there was more fired. So this and this are meant to fill up a room. This is not meant to be thrown at somebody's face. So less than 1 minute in here, all I'd ask is just my son was okay. That is the force necessary because I'm asking if my son is okay. I'm just getting out of bed, it's all live stream anyway, so they can see all of it. And their ass is so in a sling because they saw all this evidence and decided to swat the house anyways. No Ryan Solberg calls, no Lake County calls, no calls to John Caligo, no calls to talk to no. Look, I'm not going to go have it all. I'm going to go talk to the attorney. They better drop this case because they have massive lawsuits coming. The state of Oregon should have already figured something out and hired me a fucking attorney just to negotiate for their own fucking behalf. This guy says he'll fucking not press charges if we just fucking let the case go. He has the evidence to prove we fucked up. We didn't execute the warrant properly. He was never Mirandized. There'll be no body cam footage of him being Mirandized until we just arrested him for a fucking menacing charge for telling the police that if they came back on his if he told the police if he came back on his property, he would protect himself under the right of the Fourth Amendment. He has the right under Title 18 to deem that force necessary, and he would shoot them. And so they came and took my guns because I told them I would protect myself using my First Amendment. They took my Second and my Fourth Amendment from me now for using my First, because I know my Sixth, my Fourth, all these, so that's America for you, brother, sister. So I don't want to be here in this country anymore. So I don't care what happens. I'm going to be either asking for the change of venue to take this to a federal court and not try it. There is judge bias in this case. I can prove that my son's, I know this. My son's an example that I've been in the family courts that I, for 8 years, went through custody for him. And I watched my friend have his son taken from him by Dave Vanderberg. Dave Vanderberg had no justification to take my friend Gene's son. He didn't. He's going to fucking never practice in family law again. I'm going to make sure that is part of this federal case for the sake of making sure that Dave Vanderberg never operates and his judgment is highly distorted and not clear. And he's part of this massive ring of corruption in Lake County. And I'm still at risk because now they took every gun and I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna, whatever. 99% of the chance if they would have came here and already said that to him, that I probably wouldn't even do it if they would just do the fucking warrant properly. There's a certain way to serve, and I didn't resist last time, and I went my hands in the air. Everybody did, and Elijah still got shot, and I still got hit in the face with a concussion grenade, and still lobbed 5 of these fucking things in the house, and didn't give a fuck about my animals, didn't give a shit about just kidnapped Adriana, and now they don't give a fuck. I told them I think Marshall killed my son, possibly hasn't kidnapped, and has everything now to do with why nothing. A lot of this has been done, at least for a while. Maybe I think Elijah had a talk with Marshall and said, give my dad his fucking silverback. And that has been a problem why he would not tell me anything about Elijah, and said Elijah refused to take his calls from the beginning. And I think that Marshall has everything to do. At the time of my arrest just a few days ago, I was, more than a few days ago, but this week, I'm telling them, look at Marshall. I just did a whole stream about this guy. So he stole my passport. He's going to face federal charges. He should come forward with whatever he knows. I caught him off guard. The dude's got long hair. I've known him for about 5 years longer. Probably, I don't know kind of how long it took him to grow that hair. And all of a sudden he's got short hair. That's not Marshall. What is he hiding from? Now he's blocked me on Facebook. Because I told him, I'm going to fucking, dude, you're going to have to, they're going to look at your, where's the yellow truck, Marshall? If the truck was sold to somebody else, you're fucking lying. There's too many. He lied too many times. He just lied too many times. He got comfortable lying to me. So, I do believe he is responsible for the taking of my silver. I don't think Adriana took it. He said she took it. Then why the fuck would she need money for an attorney? He's fucking so fucking stupid. He says she took the silver, but then brought her car down there because she needed money for an attorney. How the fuck does that add up, guys? It's like the state telling me and the county telling me my son went missing in September when I know he was in court in October because I was there and he was on the phone and he appeared by phone in October. And then they, hey. it's not that time yet. They summons me to his trial in November for a December trial when he went missing in September, months prior. That doesn't make any sense. This whole case is a shit show. It's corruption at the finest. I've already told this new attorney. So I gave Marshall today and he ain't going to contact me. I ain't getting no shit. And I know he went on here and watched that because he blocked me. So he's hiding something for sure. For sure. Whether it's just my silver. I kind of got a little bit of a hunch. What happened is Elijah owed, Marshall some money from getting out of jail last time. I sold Jim, the guy who shot himself. I'm not sure. That's Marshall and, between Marshall and they're the guy that shot himself, but he was handicapped and he sold that chair because it was just sitting there and said, hey, I'd put up that chair if your son helped him out with some of the bail money, or attorney money. Wanted to get him attorney, not bail him out, get attorney money and get him the right attorney. And so I did. And so I know Elijah had owed him some money. So I think just in my own investigation here, what happened is because Marshall never told me they argued. Marshall wouldn't tell me anything from the beginning. Really, he just led me astray for 9 days before I told him, go get my precious metals. I'm tired of fucking with you. You told me you had almost, $12,500. And now you're telling me you only have $4,500 and it's going to take, he's going to be there for fucking, weeks, months. So, what are you doing? Why are you being so whiny? Christian knocking over bowls and all right, so again, in this case, it's all going to come out. So I don't know why this guy is trying to hide or what he's trying to hide now at this point. So he tells me later, he doesn't tell me in no contact. And then I went over and talked to him and caught him with his pants down and actually caught him with his haircut completely off, who he had longer hair than pictures of the Caesar Borgia white cracker Jesus image of Jesus, Satan, baby manger, transgender Jesus. Catholicism, Christianity, Lutheranism, Mormonism, baptism, or, whatever. Still, water dipping, all that bullshit. It's all nonsense. So, he never mentioned these things. He said Elijah wouldn't take his call. His stories just don't add up. And so he didn't, I just, at day 9, I said, take these, go get my gold and my silver. Don't touch my silver. That's my retirement. Last time something like this happened, somebody took all my fucking precious metals and Elijah's 25 pounds. He had about 5 pounds and I had, this time there's more than that, almost double that in silver, Marshall. Don't let anybody touch my silver. And you're going to hear me say that on the phone. I don't know if this motherfucker thinks he can get away with this, but it was all recorded. I was in fucking jail. All that shit's recorded. So I don't touch my fucking metal. He said he had the money at first, and I would have paid him back every motherfucking penny if he would have put up any money, and then some if he needed it. So I tell him that, and then he tells me, later, like, Elijah's out, all right, so, well, what's the deal? Because I know Elijah had sold his little green his car he had put so much money into. That's his, that little green Honda Civic green, that really neat kind of a aquamarine kind of green. That was his baby he sold, why he was here. And I think somebody went and picked it up or something. I don't know how that worked. His car there was at, but it is what it is. So he had just had a bunch of silver because I went and it cost me $50. I kind of got on him because I didn't have a bunch of cash and had to pay money out of my pocket, to appreciate whoever just helped out. I just need to figure out where my son is, guys. I just really want to figure out where Elijah's at. Man, whoa, we're getting a little bit of a thank you. Blessings. Tomorrow I have a public defender, guys, that's going to listen to the case, and maybe they'll drop this case. Maybe God will do whatever wants tomorrow, okay? So I'm not expecting anything tomorrow other than what God wants to happen. So I don't have any expectations. I was really hoping Marshall would send me a picture of my passport today. And if that was the case, then he wouldn't be facing federal charges. They wouldn't be sending cops to his door to come look for that passport. If he on why Adriana's car was there, you guys, I really want you to think about what I said. This guy said he didn't take the silver. Adriana took the silver. Well, not only did Adriana take the silver, but then when I went down his house, Adriana's car was there. And he said she needed money for an attorney. She had a paycheck. Elijah had silver. I know they both had access to come back to this house, guys. It's like almost, I don't believe what he told me, honestly. I have to share this, dude. Something's creepy here. Something's creepy about when I went and saw Marshall. I have to share this because I've never shared this with you guys, because I have a few, you guys are here, my brothers and sisters. When I talked to Marshall, and and I guess I wouldn't leave or whatever, and I just didn't hang around there that long or whatever, but when Marshall told me about that day, because he said he supposedly went and picked them both up. Maybe not. I think Adriana's mom came and picked her up, or family came and picked Adriana up the day after she got out. And then he went and picked up, he said he went and took Adriana to go trade in the silver, right? Which would be they both came, now why did that happen? Hold on a minute. Dude, you're like having a wife. So, he said Adriana, what would he need Adriana to trade in metal for? I've never even run through like this. So something's up there already. I don't make sense to me. Did Adriana pick up the metal? Why would Adriana touch the metal? So we went and bailed out Elijah. I don't know how that came into play. But he is the one who went and got Elijah. Now, he didn't make a mention that him and Elijah were arguing on the way back until I went to his house. He never mentioned Elijah had an argument with him on the way back. He was arguing with me the whole time on the way back. It's a little bit of a drive from Lake County jail back to fucking Lane County. So what the fuck? So he obviously had first contact with that metal. And I told him, obviously, now don't touch my retirement. The last time something like this happened, all my retirement was taken from me, Marcia, you know, and it was somebody I knew. So I'm not sure if that's where he got Adriana involved when he said that he went to trade in the metals with Adriana. But he did go, because see, I'll know that. I'll be able to go to the coin shop, which I haven't, and which they will. Which they will. This dude better be careful, like I said, because they, you know, Mountain High Coin is where he went, or he just held all the metal and just had the cash and went and bailed them out, which that could be. See, I never even thought about this. We're appreciate to let me game this. Maybe he just had the cash and held all the metal and has all of it. This half of it being gone is all a bunch of bullshit. And because I'm like, dude, Elijah had money from the sale of a car that was at least a few $1,000s. I know that car was more than that, probably. I mean, that was his baby. He'd be giving it away. He just traded a whole car, a really nice car that cost me $50, like I said, in gas. Well, you could take the silver out, Dad. Elijah, I needed the fucking gas money. I don't need metal right now. I have metal. You fucking serious? I was like, dude, okay, whatever, dude. We'll figure it out. You know, had to drive all the way over. And the dude couldn't even cover the fucking gas. But he did get a couple big boxes of silver. So he had his own silver. And I'm thinking between that and his money and the gold was easily covered. He didn't even need to spend potentially my gold, all my gold, you know, whatever. I didn't have that much. I had 40 pounds of silver. So, which I had already shown to Adriana, so she would know about it, and Elijah. They both know. That's why my son told me to just sell all of it and go on the road and do it for the ministry. Take the ministry on the road, go get the books that I wanted to put in the archives, stop thinking of him, stop thinking of other people, because it always gets me in trouble. And I said, well, Elijah, appreciate it, but you're holding that for me, Dad. I know it. You're going to hold on to it. You're not going to do anything with it. You're going to hold it for me. You're not going to spend it. Go on the road. Dad, take that. There's the truck you've been wanting, your double cab. You can put the dogs in there. This is everything you ever wanted, and you're holding this for me. Please, Dad, take this. I didn't take his advice. But it was, as I now thought, the gold. So did Marshall ever show up to Mountain High Coin with Adriana? Did Marshall show up to by himself? Did Adriana? I think he said Adriana did it by herself, and he didn't do it. I mean, he really flipped his script, and it'll all be, well, no, I think it was that day that he flipped the script too, that Adriana went and took it in, when he's the one who said he took it in. Or I don't know how. See, guys, remember, I'd just been concussed by a grenade and you know, I'm trying to keep my, you know, that's almost 10 months ago now. You know, 10 months ago, that is 10 months ago. That's fucking insane. It's almost been a year, guys, since they swatted this house, since I've seen my son. And I think Marshall knows exactly where Elijah is at. Because why wouldn't he tell me that, why wouldn't he tell me that they had an argument? Why would no? There's only Mountain High Coin, Buck, you know what I'm saying? Here in Bend. There's limited LCSs, you know, those local coin shops aren't something. That's why I was hoping that, you know, when they went in there, they would know I'm the one that bought all that fucking metal. They would know that over time, years. They know exactly when that metal came in. I mean, they might not know, but they might have a suspicion because some of the metal that I purchased, you know, like my son went in there and did some pretty cool shit. My son went in there and traded in his silver and like gave the fucking silver people a little piece of silver. You know, like, Elijah, the fucking coin shop don't know your silver, dude. You're so fucking such a good young man. Well, she said she not seen that one, and you know, you said you're supposed to build a relationship with him, Dad. Yeah, I know, but you don't have to give away your silver to a silver shop, Elijah. You're a good young man. You know, so he just does shit like that. See what I'm saying? So they would know. They fucking know I taught him that about collecting, you know, because you want to hold it and never trade it back for money. God forbid you ever have to. But see, it was liquid. That's what it did. Or would I have come up with the money? He would have still maybe been sitting in there, guys. Maybe it's enough to entice Marshall to go take the money and bail him out. Maybe Marshall had plenty of cash from to begin with and then never took fucking silver. Just came over here, grabbed it, shoved it away, and this is all a big fucking lie is what I think it is now. I'm just gaming this out now because I never even thought about it that way. His switch-o, change-o fucking Marshall, the fucking Gemini, you know, say one thing, do something else. Oh, yeah, I almost got all the money. The first day, I'll be up there. I'm on my way up there. I'll get him out, man. You're good. I'll get him out. All right, Marshall, come on, man. I appreciate it. I got money to cover this. You remember, I got land. I got property. I got this, dude. You know, I appreciate it, man. Call him next day. Oh, I'm still down, you know, and then a delay. And then a delay. And then, oh, well, I don't have, you know, I got to get some stuff sold to get, you know, like, well, I thought you had almost all the money, you know. And then, you know, you don't push somebody, you're in jail, you know. Day 8 came or something, you know, and I'm like, dude, you know, all right, well, how much fucking money do you have? Well, I got about $4,500, but that's that other dude who gave it to me and I had to borrow something from him. I'm like, dude, you got to imagine me on the other line as his fucking parent. And I know he's in there and I'm like, Marshall, my precious metals are fucking, and I gave the location and said, go get them and gave you the whole thing, you know. Well, I understand that. That's what I already said, Buck. It's a nice thing about building a relationship with your LCS. So that's what I'm talking about the whole time. So, hey, you got it. Fucking, it's going along. So, yeah, I've already implicated that many times on this. I should and will eventually, but in this case, I think this investigator is going to go there, and it doesn't even have to be me because everything's fucking recorded. His phone, it's all ping, cellular data. This motherfucker ain't getting away with shit on this case now. I'm on to him like fucking white on rice. He's lying, and I didn't even figure that out. You know, like I said, what we just talked about, how Marshall probably just took and banked all that gold and silver and just took the cash down there and bailed Elijah out. And it was a big fucking lie. Now that makes me think my gold, I want it all back now, Marshall. Are you listening now, Marshall? Checkmate, maybe, bitch. Yeah, better be screaming like a dog and my name on us. Hey, I want to send this to his back to him. I better start with my passport because that's a federal crime. And, you know, silver and gold, you're on the hook for some. That was a lot of years of saving. Eventually, I was trying to buy a piece of fucking land in Ecuador. I had the passport and everything to go. My son told me to go. You've stopped this now, Marshall. You didn't even let me get my dog back. Dude, this dude took my dog because he said he was having a hard time breathing and then didn't give me my dog back for fucking months. And I begged this guy for my dog back. Maybe they'll play that to you, Marshall, on the fucking phone, you know, at your fucking trial or whatever, or me begging you for my dog back. Come on, Marshall, my fucking pants is down here, dude. You know, he's never been away from his brother, dude. He's freaking out, dude. He's depressed as shit, and I'm depressed, dude. Fuck, can't believe what they just did. That motherfucker never once came and saw me. I would have brought my dog right back to me. Oh, he loves it down here because of the water. I know, Marshall, but I know he's a water dog, but dude, please, man. I mean, my dog, dude. I mean, I envisioned, dude, I even told him I was in jail, like, thinking about getting out and hanging out with him and not being alone. And it's weird in here without him, Marshall, with just fucking pants here. Please, when can I come get my dog? He made me fucking beg him to get my dog back. I had to come back with that and the fucking silver the next day. He'd been driving back and forth to California the whole fucking time, you know, and that's always his excuse now. And that's why I said, like in the beginning, I don't believe none of it. I now don't believe the whole thing to California. See, that was all worry for no reason. He went and got that fucking silver and gold, banked it, and had plenty of fucking money. The dude's playing me for a sucker. He's playing me for a sucker. He is saying he was broke now. Elijah fought with him on the way back, or not fought with him. They argued. The dude's fucking covering his ass. What a fucking snake you are, Marshall. You are a fucking absolute Gemini, man. whatever you have between me, you know, my son and you, I owed you money for that tractor. That took me a lot of time to get that tractor fixed, back up working properly, and drove it all the way across the fucking state of Oregon, man. And that was only part of his fucking bail, so, you know, or the money to fucking get the attorney. This is insane. Now it's all coming to me. See, Father already showed me this in the beginning, and I told you guys that on this very early, I think about a week and a half ago. Fathers, you're not going to like what you, Tracy, with this whole Marshall thing. You're not going to like what you figure out. So I think it's all fucking starting to come to head here, you know. Maybe Elijah had an argument. Maybe Elijah is not missing there. I don't know, but where the fuck is Elijah's yellow truck? He said she went on the run in a truck that looks near identical yellow to this. If you see Elijah who be in a yellow truck like this on the run, yeah, right, Marshall, you're not even good at fucking lying. And then you tell me Adriana took it, but now Adriana's car's at your fucking house. And because she needed money for an attorney. I thought she took my fucking silver, Marshall. You fucking don't even lie very good, man. See what I'm saying, guys? So this will all become part of this case too, brothers, sisters. I do believe that there's some, not exactly, but there's something here with this fucking dude that relates to this case from the beginning. You know, he's the one who kind of tipped me off too about Tony, and I already knew. I was already giving a hard time, but you know, he's like, dude, I can't believe you're fucking letting him hank around that dude and fucking rape. So I don't know that. Really? What the fuck? You know, we'd looked it up, like, no fucking way, you know, down there tearing their ass. So Elijah's gonna buy a fucking yellow truck and go on the road in a yellow truck like this, guys. Do you believe that? Why would Elijah go on the run in a yellow truck like this? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, and it's a yellow. It's a little faded. You know, it's a little, or is it like that? You know, yeah, it's like that color. It's, and now my daughter's car's down there. Why would Adriana take all the silver, have a paycheck coming in, have some Elijah's? I know she had a little bit of room. She works hard, 5 days a week, make good money. I mean, she had bills, but I believe she went and lived with her parents and not had to move out. So I don't think she went and moved into a house. Pretty certain Marshall took all that gold and silver and went and bailed Elijah out for the $12,500 and said, all right, well, fuck deal. Fuck, that dude ain't getting shit back. His son didn't pay me the money back, and fuck him. And isn't giving a fuck since. So it is just playing me for a sucker. So, but I do know that he knows where Adriana's at. He must know. Why does he have his or her car? Because I don't think that's where, I don't think that's the whole deal with Adriana's car. And so I'll be talking to the attorney about this tomorrow, and I'm not going to have that much fucking time with him, but I'm going to bring this up. This is very important to me. You know, the location of Elijah is very important. Every minute he's out there, he is at the threat of a gun. His arrest at the threat of a fucking gun. So it's insane. So I know this guy has everything to do with it now. And so I'm going to make this part of this, you know, obviously this is a massive part of this case, and motive for now in the case, you know, with Marshall, because I have preponderance of evidence. I have way more evidence showing that this dude is highly involved and didn't tell any truths from the beginning. So, like I said, why would he say Elijah argued with him? So, appreciate you guys coming in. We're having this discussion about Elijah's location and thinking that this Marshall has more and more. I now just uncovered that there's a good chance that Elijah had an argument with and said, hey, give my dad his fucking medal, you know, and Marshall wouldn't give it up. Elijah's a straight up dude. He won't fucking shake for nobody. The apple don't fall far from the tree, brothers, sisters. He's a respectful man, but he won't let his morals be cracked like that. So I think that's why Marshall told me later when I caught him at his house. So There's something I can't get over, guys, too, that makes no sense to me. When I went down there and he said, because he said Elijah talked to him. He's the one who told me that Elijah was shot in the chest. I'm like, Marshall, you said you saw him. You went and picked it up. You know they shot him. Yeah, they shot him in the chest. So that is where I got the information that Elijah was shot in the chest. And I know they shot him. You could hear it. Remember, I couldn't see him because it was dark. I know he had his hands up, when I'd see him, but he was moving, at first, or at least I thought I could, when I was looking out the door, I was looking over that way when he's coming out, I just talked to him on the phone and he said he was coming out. So I hung up, got on out, went into the door. He's coming out, he's got his hands in the air. He's coming peacefully. He's not going to resist, whatever, and so Marshall said something to me that just seems to fucking doesn't rub me the right way. Because he said, I'm like, well, you talk to both of them. I mean, you sure you don't know where either? You don't know where Adrian is missing too, dude. Yeah, I don't know where she's at. Supposedly or something, she was moved in or something with her parents or something, like, okay. Well, I know somebody might know where Elijah's at, and I'll let you know in a week. I'll give you a call. But when I asked him about the rest, he volunteered for the fact, and the way he said it, like I said, I just even have a hard time saying it because his fucking demeanor it just didn't seem right. He said that when the cops were in there, and how is this? Because Elijah was on the phone with me. See, more fucking craziness, guys. I was on the phone with Elijah. I mean, he called almost immediately. Think about that. He said, yeah, they were down on the ground and hey, they wanted to get up real quick and take a dab. So they got up and took a dab. I'm like, what? And he just kind of laughed. I'm like, yeah, the cops are there going fucking Oregon State Police, Elijah. I'm like, they were on the floor. And then he said, yeah, then something wasn't right because he said, yeah, they thought a smoke grenade, tear gas canister in the van, in the motorhome. And I don't think there was now there may have, but I didn't clean up any fucking tear gas in there. See what I'm saying, guys? Something's not right. Something not right with Marshall. Why did he buy Adriana's car when she took the silver? There should have been enough silver there to get her an attorney. That'd have been enough to get me an attorney. Why wouldn't it have been enough to get her an attorney? You know what I'm saying? The dude's stories just keeps falling apart as I keep doing this open investigation here live on YouTube. I appreciate it, guys. I'm just trying to work with what I've got. They're on the ground. They were laying on the ground. They wanted to get up and take a dab. So they got up and took a dab. What? I was on the phone with Elijah. What the fuck? Dude, they don't make no sense, man. Fuck it. I didn't like that. I didn't like being told that. Elijah uses cannabis. Yes, he does. But they both wanted to take a dab? I'm like, dude. Just looking at him going, dude, you don't have no fucking hair, dude. You don't have no hair. I've always known you have long ass hair. It'd be like, pastor coming in or, the night before I've shaved my, goatee, but with no beard. You'd be like, the fuck is this guy? Why would Marshall shave his head after all those years? He had hair longer than Jesus. Caesar Borgia. Cracker Jesus. We see what I'm saying? Lady in red. I mean, as soon as it hurt my feelings. I didn't mean for my feelings to get hurt, but I knew, I was like, It hurt to hear it. And you see how hard it was for me to get it out of my fucking face. I kept trying to say it, but it's just like, they're on the ground, but they had to get up and take a dab. No. I was on the phone with Elijah, like right after he called me. How the what? And they were shooting the fucking motorhome out. The windows, the front, hit the fucking sides. You know, I don't think they're gonna be in there taking fucking dabs, Marshall. What the fuck, dude? That hurts, man. That hurts. You know, almost as much as, man, okay, well, I know somebody there is a person I know that probably get a hold of him, and I'll call you within a week. And he don't call me every day. I'm by the phone going, come on, fucking phone call. Tell me Elijah's okay, man. He didn't show up to his fucking hearing, dude. That's insane, dude. I thought I was going to get. A week goes by. No call from Marshall. I call Marshall, and he says, hey, what's going on with Elijah? Is that not the most fucked up thing you think you've ever heard in your life? How could he fucking say that to me? That is absolute savage. I mean, I've had people fuck me over before and do some really hard things to my heart and rip my heart in pieces. But to sit there and give me hope for a whole week, and then when I call you, because you don't call me to get up and update, the first thing you ask me is, hey, what's going on with Elijah? I don't even fathom that. My heart is, I don't understand people sometimes. That's why I didn't want to be alive when I was young. I knew people were that wrong. And I didn't want to be here. I knew that people could be like that. That people do really horrible things to me when I was young. Pretty much, we've all had hard things, but that's a savage fucking move, man. Seek no vengeance against Marshall, but I don't know if somebody could do something like that, man. That's fucking sickening. And then turn around and tell me that she took the fucking precious metals, but she needed money for the car for an attorney. None of his stories add up. And I know that I've contacted, at my last time of arrest, I contacted, or it made, it's on the live stream. If you want to go watch the 8-minute, 10-second, I uploaded that last arrest this week. And I mentioned Marshall. Is my son there? Why is my daughter's car there? Why is anybody gone and went and looked at it? So there will be tomorrow, because that attorney, either they drop the case. That'd probably be the best thing for Marshall, actually. We'll see. Maybe, hey, if you're in cahoots with Marshall, you better drop the fucking case. Get your fucking rat off your fucking, the sling here. I'm still going to pursue him charges. If he'll send my passport, I won't press charges on that. That's federal charges. That's a federal offense. And if I'm not mistaken, Marshall might have a prior federal charge. I'm not sure. Something with the feds that's been mentioned in the past. My son mentioned something about it. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. It was right at the time when he was here. And I don't remember what was said. I was fucking sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night and live streaming for 15, 16 hours a day sometimes. So I've been kind of on that kick again. So, so that's a pretty move to say to somebody, if you ask me, to turn around and give somebody hope for a whole week and then turn around and kick the ball back in their court, So I think if he was my friend, he would have drove those precious metals back here immediately and brought my dog back. So I know Marshall is not my friend. He wasn't my friend. A friend would bring those metals back. If he's saying he's going back and forth from California, he'd have brought those metals back to me immediately, saying, dude, go get an attorney with that shit, dude. Go help your son out, man. Can't fucking believe what they did to you. He's never even gave a fuck, man. Didn't give a fuck. So it's okay. By kingdom come, thy will be done. Kind of glad I figured that out. You know what I'm saying? I think Marshall took all the metal now and has plenty of cash, and he's just playing me for a sucker, and he just banked it. And so I hope they go into his home and get it and find my passport, and they don't find Elijah and Adriana there. That's my hopes. But there is a chance they might find all of them there, brothers and sisters. I don't hope that's not what I told you. Father told me you're not going to like what you get when it comes to Marshall. That's why I've turned this on with him, because my gut, my spidey senses are tingling like a motherfucker, guys. So his stories are nothing but lies from the beginning. So I think, again, I'm starting to figure out where Elijah might be. If he's missing and he doesn't have a big source, Marsh would be the only person he can go to. It only makes sense, brothers and sisters. When I told Marshall, I will talk to Adriana, is that why he took and had Adriana come down there? I'll lend you some money, and he's got them both fucking tied up down there, would be the best scenario or something. Why wouldn't Elijah contact me when he went on the run? Dad, I'm going on the run. I love you. Get this case done. Third tense through somebody. Anybody. No third contact. He's going on the road and he was going to burn that bridge. So I don't know what I'm right about or what I'm wrong about. I don't care if Father wrote all things. It'll be all right, brothers and sisters. We're just trying to put this together. It's a very difficult time here tomorrow. I have a court date, and let's hope they drop the whole case for the best interest of everybody involved. And again, then I will go to pursue just the location of my son. If I can locate him and locate my daughter, I'm going to request passage for him to be able to leave the country. I want his charges exonerated, and I want him, he already did all his probation. He should be off probation. Elijah shouldn't have any charges. He should be good. This is all over a technical error. Just 180 hours. Oops, we found the error, and he did do it, Tracy, and we're letting it go. We're really sorry. Please don't sue us. You got to sign this thing that says you won't sue us. Here's the error. He did it. And we'd like to offer a credit for these remaining 133 hours that he did. So you don't sue us. The state's willing to settle because of this. See, you're really fucked, state. You're really fucked, county. You're really fucked, FBI, to the DOJ, because I've already called all your offices about Elijah in this corrupt fucking county. Yeah, there's credit. If he wants to sue, that's on him. You might want to take care of that on the front side of this bargain. I know these motherfuckers in here too, brothers, sisters. It says it in their fucking reports. So whatever. They are, they aren't. It don't matter. They have been in here, in and out. So might want to hem that up with Adriana too on how you guys are going to settle with them. I don't want any money. I don't want a dime, and I appreciate whoever gave a cash app or whatever. If somebody gave it a cash app, I think. 1 second here. Yes, thank you so much. What's your thoughts on this, guy? Somebody talk to me about this, please. I wish somebody had here. Like I said, I've been talking to Kevin and stuff about it, but what's your thoughts? What's the ministry's thoughts on what I've been saying here, man? There's so much evidence. And then, in the case of Elijah, the state has the burden of proof to prove Elijah didn't do the 180 hours, because that's why they arrested him. He didn't do the 180, he only did 47, and they said he had to do 133, which he'd already done the 180, and then he didn't get the 133 done in the year time that he was supposed to. They arrested him at 42 months. He had 36 months. He didn't violate a probation. There was no PV in his record. He didn't have any probation violations. If Elijah didn't do his community service from the beginning on felony probation, he would have received probation violations, and that's such bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And me. He knew him longer than me, actually. Elijah had known Marshall longer than me. I only met him. It was kind of ironic that Elijah knew him. I'm like, how does Elijah know this guy? And I've never been able to ask how Elijah knows him. That's so strange, too. That's strange, you know, Lady in Red, because I said that the other night. Remember, I was trying to think how they met, because Marshall already knew Elijah. Oh, dude, fuck that. Marshall's a Fed, isn't he? Marshall's a fucking Fed. Marshall works for the Feds. Marshall works for the Feds. He knew Elijah before me. He hit me up off of fucking Facebook buying candy from me, guys. I mean, there's something that I know he has grow ops and things like that too, because Marshall's a grower. There's things that he gets away with, I'm sure. He's been known to, he grows cannabis. I know that, you know. That's about all I know about him, though. I've helped him out with his wife and stuff, moved things before. He needed some help, a driver. I helped, you know, there's times I've helped him. I've not ever wanted anything from him, just a friendship, but he's got to be working with the Feds. Because I thought I remember something when I first met him 5 years ago, something he was on, maybe it was on paper or something like that. I didn't talk to him. Like I said, I really didn't have that kind of friendship. Elijah Moore had a friendship with him like that. You know, I'm not saying I don't know, didn't spend what Marshall and I had done. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He's obviously, if he's not, he's in cahoots with him. And because he's gotten busted or something before by him, he's now cracking deals with him or something because of this case or something. And maybe they're, you know, again, try to come after me. I already told them to bring their case. You know, I have the right to protect myself, and I don't give a fuck what I say about Donald Trump. So maybe he owed money or a favor. Who owed money or a favor? Lady in Red. Who owed money? Marshall owed money to somebody? Elijah owed Marshall money from getting bailed out of jail for the track chair that Jim supposedly shot himself inside that cabin on the property here in Christmas Valley. That's where the track chair comes from that I had to fix. And so how does he know Elijah before? How would he have met Elijah? And they already knew. He knew Jim. Elijah knew Jim and Marshall. What? Where the fuck would he have met Marshall? No, not bail money. That was, I think it was 37 or something is what I ended up putting between. I got like 9 for the track chair. So he put up, you know, almost 10, and I put up the rest for John Caligo, for Elijah, you know. It's like 25 or something, another 12 or something that I ended up paying him. So to be able to get him, you know, the attorney, and the deal that ended up copping a deal. He took a deal. I really wish he would have taken it to trial, but Elijah wanted out of there. So, well, you know how that went. They just railroaded him anyways, even with John. So it took, you know, obviously saying, well, mate, we'll get rid of your rat then, your rapist, and you'll have to deal with me in jail. Why did you do that to that man? Well, he's a rapist and a menace to society. Now I got menacing the police charges. So, apology, I got a dry nose here. So now I know. That aside, appreciate you letting me work that out. I do know, though, that in the case of myself and Elijah, possibly, I asked him where the little yellow truck, because the Adriana's car was parked where Elijah's car was, his little truck. I asked him, what happened to that little pickup? Oh, Elijah came and bought it from me. Motherfucker, you were telling me on the phone. I wanted to fucking You've been telling me on the phone the whole time he ain't had no contact with him, and Elijah came and bought a truck with him from him. You got to imagine how beside myself look at how Father beats the fuck out of me, guys. I'm serious. I don't want to tell you if you think your life's hard. Father beats the shit out of me. Imagine driving fucking 5 hours to hear that guy's head shaved. Dabs are doing dabs, man. Looking. Okay, I'll get a hold of you. Fucking. So, I'm not sure, how this man could do, but I'm now more leaning to the side that he took all the precious metals. Elijah, he must have told him, I'm taking the money you owe me from your dad's precious metals. And Elijah told him, no. I'm telling you, there's something there. You're going to find out. I know there's something there. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. Listen to what I'm telling you. I thought I have here one of the birds, but they're all inside the. I'm going to have to go check and see if I have a bird out. Do I have a bird out? I'm not sure if I do or not. You guys hear that? You hear that? I heard a bird. I don't think Marshall ever registered the truck in his name, and it was supposedly his wife bought it, not him. See, that's so weird. No, my wife bought it from him when I asked, why would his wife buy the truck? Oh no, they're doing, guys, I'll have to show you. Those birds are doing so good. Because remember, I spoiled the shit out of them in here. But they're doing really good. They got all their feathers back. Something's up, huh? Christopher's having to keep himself out of the. I'm not sure, man. Something is just stinks to high heaven. I really think what happened is when Elijah went to bail, or when Marshall went to bail Elijah out, Elijah must have asked him to return my medal. If I know Elijah, he was probably, you need to give, that back to my dad. And I'm pretty certain Marshall said, nope, you're gonna pay your dad. Your dad's gonna pay the debt that you owe me. Because I believe that's what later Marshall, when I went there, he said that they had argued on the ride home. He argued with me almost the whole way back. I'm like, motherfucker, you never said a fucking word about that. What the fuck are you talking about? That was a hard day that I went down there, brothers and sisters, just after having, remember, God, how excited I was to think I was going to get to see him go load his money up full of books, let him do some time in prison in the next, I've been done with this by now. I would have already went to trial. Oh yeah, I would have already went to trial probably, I'm saying they would have, or at least Elijah disappearing is fucking insane. It just floored me. So you remember, since then, my life has just been upside fucking down. I mean, you think it was hard for the last, 8 months? Imagine getting that fucking news, guys. I mean, I've just been, you see me, you've been watching what I've been doing here. So I don't know how I do it, guys. I don't know how I get up every day. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I fucking hate being alive. I love you, brothers and sisters. I love the word, but I don't like being alive at all. I'm sure we all have tough lives, but this has just been, I don't want to say it won't get any more brutal, because he just keeps beating this, me more and more ways that I don't even, I don't even want to think what he'll do. So maybe tomorrow he'll relieve some pressure and he'll drop the case. I don't expect anything tomorrow. I expect them to go, oh, okay, well, we got an attorney. Well, or whatever. We'll see what the attorney says. So if the attorney, I'm demanding either a change of venue. I will not have this tried in this county. Nope. I'm not going to have this tried in this county. The jury will not be. Nope. There's a jury bias in this town. There's too many people know about this case. Too much corruption. Nope. And judge bias. Yeah, it's politically charged up here. It's not. This is not. There's not anything should ever even be tried in this county. So let's maybe wonder and ponder if tomorrow, Father, I'll talk to that attorney, and that attorney will go in and talk to the judge, obviously ahead of time, and district attorney and say, this guy got you by your balls, man. Talk to this new district attorney and say, look, you're not going to win this case. He has the preponderance of evidence in this case. You have the burden of proof, and in preponderance evidence you don't have. You cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt that his son didn't do those 180 hours. So if we cannot produce a Miranda video of him from his time as arrest, you're going to have to drop the case. So tomorrow's 33. I do things by the number, brothers, sisters. There's all a bunch of 33s up there, so don't think that tomorrow can't be a 33 day. There's lots of 30s up there, remember? 33 is very important in this case. It's all being done by Father's number. So on 33, they told him he needed to do 133 hours. I've done that whole stream on how that keeps working back. That number works back on itself. So it's all, like I said, imagine coming in here and they fucking came through and, SWAT came in here, not swatted the house, but came in here and served the thing, and all that's still up on the board. They're staring at these police officers. Maybe they came in here and they saw that board and went, oh, fuck. Maybe they've never looked at it, guys. Maybe they've never looked at it. Kevin said they stayed in here for hours. They stayed in here for hours, So maybe they were looking at that and mesmerized and went, oh, shit. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption down here, Mommy. I've been one of the few people who have been able to stand up and not get run out of town. So maybe tomorrow, third month, third day, 33, Christ will have his hands on this case. I don't know what to expect, brothers, sisters. I know that the state has the burden of proof, and they're not going to have proof to prove it didn't do 180 hours. There's no way. If I call Ryan Solberg, if we call witness, we call those people on that list, there's no way. There's too many. I have the preponderance of evidence against the state. Well, it was all up there, Donnie, and I'm saying that's a live stream. Done that live stream many times, right? So it's all been out there in the digital format, but maybe to get to be in the presence. And you guys, I really think, that something came over him. They came into a ministry, brothers, sisters. It's just in my house. This isn't my property. This is a community property. I've had Kevin here when the person that I originally purchased this property with was there. The original time I was there, and I, as Kevin as my witness, I asked that lady, she was there as my witness. When I purchased this property, did I buy this property for me, for Tracy? No, he didn't buy it for you. Bought it for a community. He wanted to build a community of people out there, learn how to live under the ground. And so I never bought this property for me. This is the ministry's property. This is the library. They came into a sanctuary, so I'm sure it was very intimidating in here for a way. I know there's savages, brothers, sisters, but I've seen my father grip the fuck out of people. You don't think so? Go look at Sam Birch on that live stream. Go look our Lance Brown on that live stream. I'm calling him fucking Sam Birch, and he ain't even correcting me. He turned into a fucking statue. He shouldn't have drove on the property. He should have stayed off the fucking property. Maybe that wouldn't have happened to him. Remember? On the supposed police pursuit, he comes up with driving 15 miles an hour, no lights on, no sirens. Opens up his door, starts barking at her and screaming at her, whatever, screaming, barking at him, and he just, I don't even think he blinked. But he was on the property, so yeah, Elijah has a lot of, I don't know. Elijah have a lot of felonies, so he'd be really, I never thought about that. I don't know in this case. Because he has some priors for me getting him in trouble because of my political activism. So, Mike Miller in the desert. So, don't run from that too. But that's okay. Hopefully in this case, they'll drop all charges. And like I said, the only thing that they're going to probably have to do is just my hunch tells me Adriana took a charge. Because that's what an attorney's going to get her to do. She ended up getting an attorney and well, take this and they'll give you a lesser charge for a misdemeanor and put you on probation for a year. And I even said that. I'd have done that too if I was Adriana. If I could be with my husband again and take a misdemeanor and I had no record, I'd have taken a fucking misdemeanor to be with my husband or wife again. Fuck yeah, I would. So, yeah, there is so much evidence against you guys too. The other thing is there's been no evidence looked in this case. Now, do you guys know what the in a criminal case under your Sixth Amendment, you have the right to call witness in your favor to help party clear your, the burden of proof. Yeah, I do need probably, well, let me check and see. I'm gonna just make sure I don't want to go one out because if she's laying out there in the thing, she'll just lay up against, and it's supposed to get chilly these next couple nights. I know I thought I had them all in there because I fed them and then shut the thing, but I shut it up so she won't be able to get back in there. It's probably time for these to have something too. About time for the kids. white one. He's the white one. Yeah, I've got one odd lady. She's white and she's got a little red breast, but I think they must be picking on her. She's the only one in the other part of the kennel, or they got multiple places to sleep. Let's see what time it is. All right, I got to feed these puppies. Give me a minute, guys, to feed the puppy dogs. And we'll have us a further discussion on what maybe Father has in plan for my crazy life. Oh, for the pan. For the mellow. Almost first. Oh, some puppy gravy. Puppy gravy for the biggest guy. Ever did biggest. That's okay, Christopher. That's called the burden of proof. And under the burden of proof, they have what is called the preponderance of evidence. They need to show more evidence and have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And so under your right of fair trial, speedy trial, and right to call witness under your Sixth Amendment, you have, that's your right. Your right to adequate counsel is your Miranda right. And so the right of discovery in a trial, if you're going to criminally trial, you have to be Title 18. Those are all criminal statutes are under Title 18, whether state, federal, or county. That's the criminal code, right? That's not statute, but that's what they're trying to, that's what they do now. But either way, Title 18, criminal revised statute or code added after this turned into a corporation doesn't apply to me, but we'll go by what it's probably, we got some energy coming from the sun, guys. I think we had a coronal hole facing us the other day or something, so we're just getting that solar wind. I believe I've looked at the sun or anything here. in a few days. Not normally like me to not look at the sun every day, but I got a lot going. So the burden of proof is on the state. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Elijah didn't do these 180 hours, which is going to be 100% impossibility for them. So it's a wash. It's a loss. There's no fucking way that the state of Oregon, with their collaboration, it's on Lake County, with these things, can produce anything that says Elijah didn't do. They didn't call anybody. They haven't even tried to prepare a case. They're trying to prepare a conviction for him, not a trial, a conviction. So that's how they normally do this. But the state, under what is called suppression of evidence and right of discovery in a criminal trial. Discovery is all evidence in the case has to be brought to both sides. I have the right in my case to all defendants. Elijah's evidence, Adriana's evidence, that's all mine too. So I might find out tomorrow exactly what happened with Adriana, and which I should. I should be able to ask the attorney and say, here's what's going on. I want to know, did Adriana take a charge? If she's on probation, I can't know anything, have contact, but if she's showing up, and I'm sure I can find out something there. If that's the case, if she took a charge, there's ways I'll be able to march down some of this information if they actually fucking do something. So the state swatted the house. They didn't look into anything. They're just a bunch of fucking yes men. They'll all get sued for not looking at the evidence. They shouldn't have just gone with what the county said. I'm not fucking Lavoy Finicum. Obviously, a good man and crossed the Rubicon and did a great thing for his country, but no, they didn't get to kill me like they killed him. So could they do it? Sure. Only if God has wrote that as my death, but that won't happen until God has already wrote that from the foundation of the world. So I am not, I'm not anxious about that. So under discovery is all the evidence on the other side for the other defendant plaintiff. You get to see all the other side's evidence before trial. They can't bring something up in trial. Well, look what we got. Ha 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 ha. No, under discovery, you have enough time to go through because, hey, we think this is doctored. You added it up a digital here. His lips aren't even fucking moving with the shit. What's going on? Anything could be AI now. Think about it, right? Advanced intelligence, not artificial, advanced, but, and so there's other body cams, all this stuff. This is all called suppression of evidence. They can't suppress any evidence at trial. Under your right of discovery, you get all defendants' evidence in the case. States against me, Elijah's and Adriana's should have all been afforded to me. That's why I know there's no Adriana's name on it. They kidnapped Adriana, my daughter. The state of Oregon will criminally be charged, probably every one of those people, with kidnapping. You got to have your shit straight, man. You don't just cost somebody's body under Miranda rights. You're going to take somebody's body. Remember, they're going to arrest you under Title 18, criminally charge you. Your Sixth Amendment, you have the right to fair trial, speedy trial, and adequate counsel. And under your right of affirmative defense, under the right of self-defense, you have the right to protect yourself from illegal prosecution. We've always had that right. Nothing's changed. So I will be dismissed from any civil or criminal liability because I didn't let the state, arrest him or Lake County arrest him. I have the right to protect him, even habeas corpus on his behalf. So I know my rights. I know how this case works from the very beginning. They're not going to pull anything on me. Nothing. I was never arrested as a capital letter name. That's a massive problem for the state and the county. They know that. Every time when I went on Kevin's case, Tracy Werner, not all in capital letters, is already noted in the record. Always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. So here we are. Tomorrow's the third month of the third day. More war, chant by the administration here, Mr. 9/11, Blind 11, with his Zelensky, WWE, WWF, JD, the Gemini, John Donald, Vance, Gemini in advance. Trump Vance, Trump Pence, it's all the same. They're all Geminis. So I don't believe the hype. But anyways, moving on. He used his the red flag gun law was used against me. Extreme risk. Yep, they took the guns, came here, took the guns from me. The 2 guns that I said I would protect my home using my 4th Amendment, because I used my First Amendment right and told them I have under Title 18, under my 4th Amendment. These motherfuckers better get their shit straight. They fucked up. I have the right to be secure. Houses, papers, persons, and effects. Warrantless search or seizure in under Title 18 if I think you're going to cause damage to me, my property, my animals, my houses, papers, persons, effects. I get to deem the force necessary. And if I double tap you one in the chest and one in the head, as I said multiple times, doesn't make me crazy and a fucking menacing the cops. It allows me to use, even under this new covenant, my 4th Amendment, meek. Turn my cheek, already did one time. They assaulted me. Even with my fucking cheek turned, they assaulted me. And then they still fucking tear gassed me. So I have the right under affirmative defense to protect myself, self-defense. I have under the right under the 4th Amendment to be secure in my house's papers, persons, and effects, warrantless search or seizure. If I deem to use a Second Amendment item does not give them any motherfucking right to take my weapons from me. They're fucking idiots. But they use Bad Man Orange, Mr. fucking Cheeto, Tony the Tiger. They're great. Fucking, yep, to take them. And I haven't been through no fucking jury trial or nothing. Take them first. I already told you that on this channel. So, but either way, tomorrow, if they don't drop all the charges, I'll be calling for a change of venue. There's no way in hell that this case does not check every exact block on change of venue. And anybody who's talking about anything else in this case other than change of venue doesn't know this case from their hole in the ass. This case 100% qualifies for a change of venue. It should never be tried in this county. So anything other than that, this attorney ain't gonna like the fuck what I have to say to him. So I don't give a fuck who he is. He works for the bar, and I wouldn't had $1 million. Somebody put $1 million in my account. Guess what? Guess who they work for? Same fucking bar. So but I'm not part of the corporation, right, Stephanie? I'm not part of none of that bullshit. Nope, I'm not capital letters. I'm not a merchant number. I already subrogated that and put in power of attorney so they already vacated that trial. They're still going to have to start a new one with new charges, and they know that. So they're probably going to have to let it go. They got nothing. They have fucking nothing. They have what is called preponderance of evidence and the burden of proof, and they don't have it. I have the preponderance of evidence. They have to prove Elijah didn't do his fucking 180 hours, and there's no way. Elijah did over 300 hours. They're fucked. So that's what I'll be telling the attorney. Working for a different county might help. You can't produce a right of discovery, a body cam footage of this man being Mirandized. You need to drop the case. You can't. And where is the arrest warrant for his daughter? Where is her name listed? You have to show cause, probable cause, list it, show who you are searching and who you are going to accost and take their body. They did not do that. And I have all right of discovery to see. There is no warrant with Adriana Massey's name on it. So doesn't exist. That is called kidnapping. They kidnapped my daughter and threw her in fucking in a rape cage. Now she can get raped, but things can happen. So yep. So I'm not even concerned about any of this. I know that tomorrow is a big day, and I will never say anything to that attorney. I'm like, look, you can look through the discovery, but change of venue. There's not, this is a biased jury in this town. There's no way I get a good, they fucking run this town. Okay. Nope. The farmers hate me. The cops hate me. There's no way I can get a fair trial. The judge is biased. The victims in this case could be any one of us in this case. Somebody could be taken out. There are already people at risk in this case. My phone went into custody of the fucking sheriff's office like an idiot. I will never turn. I'll smash my phone before I ever let my phone be taken again. I will. I'll crush my phone right before they take me. Throw it in the ground. If I ever get taken, guys, and I throw my phone in the ground, it's because I don't want them to have the evidence of other people that have come to me of corruption in Lake County, of the Lake County Sheriff's Office. I told you guys that. I backed off, hoping a little bit this would stop it. No, you can't be in and out, in and out. Lay down. Lay down. Stop it. You're like having a wife or something. Get a second job or something. Whatever you want to do. But love you. So there's not any way that they're going to be able to prove that Elijah didn't do these hours. So there's nothing there. Like I said, this case is, I know my case, these new charges for threatening and menacing the state of Oregon, telling them that I would shoot them if they came on this property, and others, is John Mogul. He should be in fucking jail right now for criminally trespassing on my property. So when I show this live stream to the fucking attorney and say, look, this motherfucker got a pass. You got an investigator. You can't do what he just did. And when I told him, are you a cop? Exit my property. He can't turn around and execute that fucking summons. You got to try another time, different way. He didn't give a fuck. He would have gotten shot by any other man. This is bullshit. It's bullshit. So I don't know. If they did, it is what it is, guys. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. So they make you turn them off, and they have them, so they could, But if, I'm not sure if they did or not, but I feel so fucking stupid that I let that fucking evidence be compromised. I didn't, like I said, I didn't get the full stories, but the people that they've targeted in this town, when I put on the local page and stirred the fucking shit out of the pot of this community about this police targeting out here, they took down my post, and some are still up on some of the platforms, but either way, again, the county, as me being the defendant, to my rights, I don't have the burden of proof. I don't have to have that. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I kept my son here illegally, because he actually did all those 180 hours, and I'm just fucking some crazy dad, and I don't know what the fuck I talk about. Morgan, Tom, and Don aren't people. Those aren't real people. That Elijah did his probation with. The two females never did any probation with Elijah, no work crew. Chad at the fire station. No, I never called Lake County at 5 months to call. Prior called the attorney. That call never existed. The call at 5 months, to Lake County to make sure Elijah's hours were all completed. Those events about me not going down and talking to Lily never existed. About fucking, why is this fucking rapist hanging around my son, getting to do whatever the fuck drugs in this town? People know he's hanging out at people's drugs house. You don't even fucking track this guy's moving, and they start piss testing my son. No, that, let's get back to 6 months. Oh yeah, Elijah we don't see anything at 6 months, with Elijah having to take start any community service at the Schumann Center with Officer Black, right? And Sherman Center. I said Sherman Center. Officer Black and Sheriff Dumar, right? Why do I know all these motherfuckers' names? No, I didn't call Gresham Runsman, the head of fucking probation, and said, what the fuck? You better figure this out, Elijah. I had to come into your county. You're fucking out of your mind. That was the terms of his lease, lady. You better get this shit straight. I'm trying to get this shit documented. Stop calling constitutional rights your rights. They're not your rights. Yeah, they're my rights. I have the right under the Constitution. They're constitutional rights that are afforded to me and I'm not part of this corporation, but they're constitutional, God-given, protected rights. And so they're the right of the people. So but I do appreciate it. That is the right of the people who participate and know how to assert the right of the Constitution. So they are my rights. I am here on this motherfucking land. I don't even need to have citizenship to have the same afforded rights. So they are my constitutional rights, and they are the people who can know how to apply them properly. So might want to listen to what Stephanie's telling you. Difference between legal, lawful. This is all legal speak, brothers and sisters. Yep, linguistics, logistics mean everything, especially in a courtroom. But yep, difference between legal and lawful. So what they're doing is not constitutional, period. Not adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate. Not in an Article 3 court. Not under the original Title 18 statutes. Anything else is fucking doesn't matter. Nope. That's it. You're going to try me criminally? Title 18, original statutes. We don't have to make this complicated at all. Nope. Doesn't go any further than that. So, yep. Isn't that beautiful? So it's all illegal. None of this is even legal or lawful. Nope, none of it. Unless they try me under the original Title 18 statutes, under my Sixth Amendment right. Yeah, the Sixth Amendment, constitutional right of the people. That has to be in an Article 3 court. Otherwise, it's administrative. Just like here, it's a Fourth Article court, which is territorial, which is administrative. It's not super complicated. Stephanie's got a lot of legal speak. She's right on all that, but none of this matters unless they're actually giving you in a criminal trial. Criminal is a name of accounting, by the way. All crimes in America are crimes of commerce. There's no actually crimes being committed in America. No, there's not. This is a corporation, not a constitutional republic anymore. Constitution has been null and voided. So, well, why the people don't use the right of the people. Remember, you don't have to even be you don't have to have citizenship to even have the rights while being walking this rock within the confines of this wall. Stop it, Tango. You're not going to let you in and out every 5 minutes. But we'll see. It's all about money is all it is. You're just a merchant number, and it's all about extorting your merchant number. It's all that matters. Everything else is just a bunch of legal speak is all it is. It all matters, but none of it matters because none of it is constitutional unless it Title 18, original House, Congress, and Senate. Not a revised statute. That's criminal code. Criminal is a name of accounting, like debt or credit or Morocco. What's going on? Morocco's in here. I'd like to be in Morocco right now. Yeah, there we go. The Chuck E. Cheese bullshit face course. There we go. So they can take it to a federal. It will go to a federal court, or they'll drop it. I really do believe the best interest of the county and the state right now for lawsuit purposes, if this attorney does his job, he'll look at the case and go, dude, there's thousands of hours. We have no way we can do this case. We have the burden of proof, and there's no way we can present all the evidence he's put forward. We have to sift through all his teachings. Some of it's evidence, some of it's teachings. It's thousands of hours. He's got literally hundreds of calls. He probably said 180 hours, thousands of times. He said this word 180 hours. And as soon as they look and show, oh, wait, Elijah had to do the 180 hours to even be able to leave the county. This is a wash. If he didn't do it, it would have said it at 6 months when he left the county. It's not there. Oops, we made a mistake. We better but they are not used to doing that. They're used to sweeping people through and scaring the fuck everybody with that man in that black robe who's a clerk. He's not a judge. There's only one judicial court in the United States of America. Everything else is unconstitutional. So there's 400 fake fucking Chuck E. Cheese courts like Chris just said. I don't know if he expects me, Christopher or Chris, are to shorten that up a little bit. So the C-Man in there is telling you about Walmart and the Chuck E. Cheese clown courts because it's just a big show. And the man in the black robe feeds the chief of finance who's working for your merchant number so he can extort that merchant number. That's that credited to your name by birth. Queen's law. So it's going on. It's really going on. A lot of other legal speak if you'll follow Stephanie, but the basics of this shit's buckets merchant law. So it's not hard to, that's why they walk you through their doors and do all their bullshit. And so it's okay. Father will protect me. He's my counsel. He already wrote my destiny. It's already written. No man can do anything to me. No woman can do anything to me that he didn't already write. So hallelujah. He knows the result of the outcome of tomorrow already. Isn't that beautiful? Father already knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Hallelujah, man. Probably going to be crazy. Something I never expected again. Oh, we shouldn't have said that, Tracy. Well, he always does. I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything. I mean, it's just the first time the attorney got to look at the case after 10 fucking months. How much is going to happen tomorrow? So, well, I'm going to tell him drop it or change the venue. Don't waste my fucking time. Quit wasting my fucking time. I'd like to get my life back to normal. Either convict me with the evidence you fucking have or get the fuck off my porch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, don't talk a fuck about an EMG, please, in front of me. Oh, my God. Mommy, you just fucked me up. Oh. Let me tell you guys, electromagnetogram is one of the most where they go in and detect the nerve conductivity of all your, holy shit, dude. I have got a high pain tolerance, and let me motherfucking tell you, because that's a scientific thing, and that's what you don't know pain. I mean, it's a different kind of, whoa. So that's what I suffer for more than anything is my nerve. I mean, fuck my broken bones and missing disc and all that weird welded shit that's going on in the back. It's the signal pain. It's the signals that are shut off that when it's got to go around, shit messes so many things up. So, ouch. You don't want to get there. Hopefully you're not there, lady. I hope you're, but to give you a little, testimony, I know I have a lot of problems with nerve damage. I got a lot of, they're like, dude, you got a lot of parts of you got a whole near Main Street off over here. How the fuck is this thing working over here? Maybe not all of it, but how is that, and because it's a neurological path to your fucking brain, whether you understand what's going on. It's why you can get sciatica, you get pain all throughout your body over, a sciatic nerve could call a man's balls feel like they're being smashed in a vice. And I know the ladies that talked about having sciatica, very intense kind of same, almost near feeling, not have, a woman doesn't have a scrotum involved, but they're very in the genital region and just so many different things. Sciatica bounces around and makes your nerve from, hot poking fucking knives in your feet to, your cramps are so strong and all your body locks up, makes that fucking rebar. It's insane how but it's nerves. Your body's trying to figure out a way to make it work, and the body's resilient. So, but hopefully you're still yes, once in motion stays in motion. Yep, absolutely. Do that. Keep in motion. Idle hands are the work of the devil. Tango, stop. I already let you out and you're going to want back in 5 minutes. It's cold out there. Get up here and lay down. Get up here and lay down. Need some love. You're okay. You're fine. Yep. Pants, get back. I was loving doggy. Pants, get back. Guys are here. Guys are here. Get out of his mouth, you goof. That was gross. You gave him a kiss. That's gay. I know you don't mean to. You're trying to lick his. He likes to lick his ears and his eyes, clean his ears. You don't do it all the time, a couple times. He's a good brother. Tango will never lick his eyes, but Pants will lick. Sometimes he licks Tango's eyes and around his ears a little bit. He's a good brother. Han's keeping the boy, his brother, clean. Keeping his brother clean. So, dude, I'm going to let you out, and you're going to want in 5 minutes. You're going to go to the door. You want to put this guy on the timer? What? Talking about you? Don't you kiss me. Let's not have none of that, please. And thank you. And thank you. Do you love the dad? Do you love the dad? Yes, he loves the dad. Such a good boy. Oh, we're not. Spring's not here yet, there, lady. Slow down, Turbo. We're in, just hit February. April showers, spring, May flowers. April Fools. Yep. Yep, tomorrow is the 3rd. And damn, this thing's going backwards. Oh well, cord. I need to buy a new cord if I go into town sometime. Not going into town. I got to keep going to frickin' Lakeview. Man, my eyes hurt so much today. One of those bad eye days. What are you doing? Hanging out with Dad? Hanging out with a dad. But so, since tomorrow is just my first meeting with this attorney, you guys, I'm really not expecting a whole lot. Yeah, they're good boys. I love these puppies so much. Like I said, he's such a good guy. He just loves the dad to all the pieces. He does. He does love the dad. They're all like that, guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ate 4 tear gas canisters for these puppy dogs. And my lungs are fucked up for life because of these dogs, and I don't care. I don't care. I'd do it again. I'll have fucked up lungs for you guys every single time. Oh, you crazy boy. You're like your dad. You're crazier. You're batshit crazy, Pats. You're a crazy guy. You're a crazy guy. What are you doing? Oh, stop it, Mr. Tuggy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get no negatives temperatures down that cold yet. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get closer to that other side. But we have had a more, over here on the West Coast, a more mild first side. So we're seeing a little bit stronger backside. And I think hopefully you guys over there, if you're on the right coast, because I'm on the wrong coast, or the left coast, because I ain't right, you guys had a little bit harder. It seems like that polar vortex really tongue licked the shit out of you guys multiple times over there. So hopefully you guys will have a little more. That's part of our, if you look at the annual cycle and all the La Nina, the lag, and how that works back and forth, that go see Direct Weather. He does that, a lot of good information on that. If you don't follow Direct Weather, he's a really good weather channel. Yeah, Tango is 13. He's 13 and he's never had a shot. He still thinks he's a puppy. He acts just like this whale, and he's 5 now because he was born at the time of COVID. So He's 5. He's my boy. Are you just trying to sneak up in Dad's lap? What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? See, this dog is crazy. The dog is crazy. Like his dad, I told you, he's nuts. He's a good boy, though. He's a good guy. He's a good boy. They missed me, guys, when I went to jail. Kevin said they didn't do, he took good care of them. He took good care of them, but he said they were just, Pants didn't do as well, as he thought, because Pants is pretty, I thought Pants could go with anybody. He just loves everybody. He's a good boy. Pants loves everybody. Oh, my biggest guy. Cute one. He's a cute puppy. Yeah, I need to get a new one the next time I go to town. I should have last time. I'm just such an El Cheapo. What? Such pretty ears. Look at those ears, guys. He never puts them up if he knows you're talking about him. He's being weird. Such pretty ears. Such pretty ears. Such my dingo ears. My buddies got my dingo ears. He's an Aussie with dingo ears. Oh, he's a dingo. He's a quarter dingo. He's a quarter dingo. His mama was a half a dingo. Somebody put the baby on the windowsill and Pants ate the dingo. Ate the pup and ate the baby. Oh, did you eat the baby puppies? Did you eat the baby? Who put the baby on the windowsill? The dingo ate the baby. Pants. He's such a good guy. I whoop you, buddy. I whoop you. What are you doing? You whooped the dead. Okay. Well, I'm hoping again. Probably wrap it up here for a little bit. Been on here for a while. I'm going to insist on a change of venue. In this case, I don't want it tried in this county. I don't think there's any way you could get a fair trial. And that is, one reason you can request a change of venue. So, yeah, I don't want to take it to trial. And if they do, they're go for it. They're fucking screwed. They just don't have a case. They don't have, under, like I said, the burden of proof and preponderance of evidence. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that my son. Well, remember, you have the right of affirmative defense to protect yourself from illegal prosecution. Yes, you do. You have that right of self-defense. And you have the right of what is called, that same right is called justification defense or excuse defense. Look it up. You can protect yourself in a criminal trial. They're going to try to prosecute you. You can protect yourself. And if they do, your actions will be excused. It's called excuse defense. It's all the same right of self-defense under the Constitution. Look it up. This is our right to be secure in our houses, papers, persons, and effects, brothers, sisters, to protect yourself, your persons, from illegal prosecution. The legal description would be self-defense, period. It's not even, this one's not all legal speak and weird and so, but we'll see. We'll see how they deal with it tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not expecting some big show tomorrow or anything like that. This is the first time the attorney will get to look into any discovery and pull the discovery, and we'll see if his discovery matches my discovery. There's new evidence on this case, obviously, with these new, extreme risk order where they came and searched all through this property, all 20 acres, and they're going to have to pay. So I am certain they cannot win the case. There's no way in hell they'll win this case. I have the preponderance of evidence in the case, so they will not beat my case. Not if the attorney does the job like he's supposed to. It would take them, probably 6 months just to get the case looked into, more than probably 6 months worth of private investigating through the investigator to go through, or whatever investigator they hired to, like John Mogul, who came on my property. Oh, they forced us to take it to trial. That's a mistrial even before it happens. That's called Miranda right violation of adequate counsel, a Sixth Amendment right violation of fair and speedy trial. And so right there, Elijah's case should be dismissed. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to show that to the investigator. You better have him drop my son's case to this fucking warrant. Right there, this investigator is saying they forced us to take it to trial is not giving my son a fair trial. No wonder he fucking ran. So have him drop it. It's all charges dropped. Everybody, Adriana, if she took charges, exonerate her charges, let it go, drop no contact orders, wash, we'll all walk. If they want to sue, that's fine. If not, no. I'm pretty sure Elijah and Adriana will sue, and they should. I think they should. They're the ones who life's interrupted. I'm the one who chose to stand in front of the evidence, so that's my own doing. I didn't have to do what I did. Remember, my son told me to take the precious metals, take your gold, take your fucking 40 pounds of silver and your gold, Dad, and go buy your truck, take the dogs, and go on the road. Don't save it for me. I love you. I got my own silver, Dad. So, there's no way for them to beat the case. There's just no way for them to beat this case. So I know there's no reason they should even try the case. There's no way no fucking jury would listen. If you think that I'm some kind of violent man before, now recently I said I would use my Second Amendment right, which I have the right to, using my first, asserting my Title 18 rights to protect, be secure, my house, papers, persons, effect, I can deem the force necessary. If I think they were going to kill me again, which I think they would kill me if they came here again. Now, I don't have any weapons, and I probably wouldn't even use them if they came again, because I don't give a fuck about getting killed. I don't care about dying. Death is nothing. Death, you're fucking stupid if you're afraid of death. You just haven't lived enough. Death is not but a flash in a pan, a doorway, a tick on a clock. It's not anything you've ever been told. You've been fed the line that you die. You don't die. People who say there's death are fucking idiots. Celestial, biblical, eternal idiots is what they are. They have no understanding what we're processing, what we're doing here. So it's okay. I'm not trying to get in the way of anybody's fucking stupidity. So time, another joke, but that's okay. The joke's on you and not on me. I'm not going to sit there and 10 months, if you don't play the time game, I think I can show patience and reservation and meekness. And so this new case, they've got me menacing the police and menacing and harassing the police. I'm not a menace to society. I'm a menace to the motherfucking police and the state and the government and this county and the people who are fucking criminal, because I call them criminals. So, it'll stop. If they drop charges tomorrow, I might let one slip or something, Mommy, but it will stop. Remember, if you've been a part of this channel, Tango, stop it. You would know that there was no cursing on this channel until they SWAT raided this house. or before when I started getting a little frustrated, at the time when I had to take Elijah into custody. There's no cursing on this channel. So if charges drop tomorrow, I might let one slip because I've been throwing them around. I won't curse anymore. I don't need to use curse to teach. So, and I'll stop saying fuck Donald Trump and all that stuff too. It just won't come out. So I'm certain of it. I feel that confident. I don't need to mix curse words while teaching the word. So normally I don't. When I'm just teaching, I don't. It's only when I'm talking about this beast system and standing against the beast that the curses come out. So I'm filthy rags, brothers, sisters, but I have you guys appreciate hopefully you'll run the filter through it, and I feel like I am reaching a closer time, and I don't want to put a date on anything to where maybe this can be resolved. Maybe they would like to make a deal. The deal is not any charges. The deal is you drop it, and I won't sue. I will not sue because I already said I wouldn't. So I don't want to sue. I want to go to Ecuador and grow food. Who's going to go with me? I'm not looking for anybody in America anyway, so I'm going to find some people down there that are completely different people, and it's Constitutional Republican. Get some more adversity in my life. There's amazing people here in America too, so I'm not leaving you like that, guys. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's the maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go spend the rest of my life in prison. Maybe I'll show up down there and the cops will shoot me or something. I don't give a fuck. So what happens? I feel blessed to have the ministry. I feel blessed to have been able to stand this long, to eat a grenade to the face and still talk about it as a work of Father. Yeah, I wouldn't know where to. I don't need to move it out of this county. I mean, I could. I don't know where I go, but I'll figure it out if I do. I have less of a land payment now. I can maybe swing that. I could probably go somewhere else and live in a tent or something. I'd be fine. It's almost spring and I can make it work, or my truck or car or something, but I'm not safe. The state of Oregon came and swatted my house. It could be anywhere that they can come, so change of venue. I'm going to be asking for potentially witness protection now that I'm at no way to protect myself. I think that by taking my right to defend myself, my Fourth Amendment, to be secure in my house, papers, persons, my house, my persons, it's going to afford me the right of witness protection, these dumb fucks. So I'll be requesting to be moved to a constitutional republic for my safety in Ecuador. So I'll report, do whatever, the same thing here, can do it all via a phone, and I'm not trying to run from anywhere. If that was the case, that is what I'm seeking. Change of venue, and we'll see where they want to go with it. If they want to move me to another state, I don't know where. I've been to all 50 states, so whatever, just anywhere but California, please. Don't put me in California. But anywhere but America would be great. To be 100% honest with you, I have a nation state here, and I know there's many beautiful places, but I don't like this corporation anymore. What it's become, and I do have the, I'm going to get it taken care of, and Father will do whatever He wants in my life, and I know He already wrote it from the foundation of the world, so I have nothing to be anxious about and nothing to pray about. Oh my God, do this or do that. Pastor's not going to pray on it. I already talk to him every day like that, have face-to-face time with him. So whatever happens, it will be already, it is such a beautiful thing to have. So it keeps me going with my son. I miss the young man, and I hope he's doing okay. I hope his wife's still yoked to him and they haven't let this separate them. And I hope I'm not right about Marshall. But I know this man knows something. So So we'll see what Father wrote for me tomorrow, huh? Won't that be exciting? Get to go into the day that Father already wrote from the foundation of the world. That's such a beautiful thing, guys. My day is already written. My day of death is already written. Your day of death is already written. Hallelujah. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And that's such a beautiful thought. Father's so in control of all this, guys. He so knows what he's doing here. So I don't want to try to even bump his timeline even a millisecond on whatever he's got going here. So he will prevail. He will prevail. I know he will. You know. So, but I will make this one last because Marshall didn't send a picture of my passport today. That'll be pursuing charges against Marshall before, for, or at least looking into why he held my passport and said he sent it to the thing. I don't believe any of that. So we'll do that. We'll cover that bridge. I gave him today, and I didn't get any messages from him, so he hasn't me now blocked on Facebook. So he has to be watching these live streams, Oh, get ready to shut down. I might come on for the end of the night. Just got thrown in jail again for a few more days. They took under this red flag gun law that I warned you about. They came and did that to me now. Trump's red flag gun law was used against Pastor Revelation. So, I told you it was coming, guys, and now it happened to me. So careful about using your First Amendment rights, asserting your right and your Fourth Amendment right, because they'll, I didn't say second, they'll take your second from me. They took my second and my fourth away from me. So, well, be secure. And my house is papers, persons in effect. So another arrest, now more 6 felonies, menacing the police and harassing the cops. So fuck the police and fuck the government and fuck everybody who licks this government pig, people in government, swine, Jimmy Crackcore. 6 felony charges now. Do I look scared? Do you see fear in these eyes? Do my eyes look different? Do they look scared now? I don't have a gun here. Oh no. Father fights all my battles. I would hope that I could shoot off a mountain lion. There's been wolves out here, guys, taking down some animals and stuff too. So what is a man to do? What is a man to do? Yeah, so I'm a meek man. I'm not going to do this shit to nobody like that. You make me do something, it's because you made me do it. Not like I said, most people have ever been on the other end of these hands, or I'm not saying they asked for it. It's not right to seek vengeance, but look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. No, no, we're in control of these hands. Remember that. So I'm not going to use physical in any of this. There's nothing physical here that's worth trading my eternal salvation for. So it's just fleshy nonsense, and it will work itself out. Father's the way maker. He makes a way when there's no way in hell. Although he's the way maker. So whatever it is. Yeah, there we go. I don't need a gun to feel safe, guys. Have I ever showed you my gun collection? Some old ass shotgun and some, what was it? I don't even know what it was, guys. Fucking, I was an old gun, single fucking shot or something. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. I don't even know. Never even fired either of them. Ever. Nope. Never even shot around at them. They worked. I'm sure they worked, but I never shot. I don't want to shoot nothing. I just have a fucking veteran, pirate police officer. Shot every fucking person, everything I ever wanted to shoot. All right. And I'm whatever hunting. I don't want to shoot anybody. All right. I don't mean that just didn't come out right. I apologize. I don't care if they took the guns. It doesn't change who I am. I didn't plan on using any fucking guns. You think I want to shoot somebody? Motherfucking people are so raw, man. Father's so brutal to me sometimes, guys. I hope he's brutal to you some too, beating you up sometimes, and there's some good result for what he's beating you for. I don't know what he's beating you for, but I know he beats the ones he loves, so he must love me. Feels like a lot. So, oh, what a blessing it is to have this ministry of a valve. These walls get tired of talking to me. I mean, listening to me. And these dogs, too. So I thank you for your ears, the hearing ear. For the last, these last 10 months have been a wild ride at this ministry. And we went through Predestined for Light to the name change out here at High Desert, Faith and Truth. So not anything that's, we don't still not teach predestination in here. It's not part of the ministry, but here we are. 3-3. 33. Christ was 33 when they killed him. And he resurrected. I'd really just like to know where my son's at. I use the Predestined for Light. That's the ministry email. So predestined4light@gmail.com is the ministry's email at this point still. So what are you doing? He was being silly. He was behind me. I don't know what he was doing. What are you trying to do? Just move my arm over. Stop moving my arm around. Your nose. I'm not a goat. You can't hurt me. Stop trying to hurt your dad. Don't hurt the dad. Please don't hurt the dad. I'm not a goat. I'm not a chicken. I'm not a chicken. And I'm not a sheep. Okay? Like, come up behind me. Ask in court. No, I demand in court. You better now. No. We'll see. But I don't have any expectations for tomorrow. So, you know. I don't have any expectations. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect anything tomorrow. Normally I have something going into court, right? Every time I've had a court date, you guys have come in here and talked to you guys about it. I'm not even. Father will do it. Father will take care of whatever he's got on the plate for tomorrow. It'll just be a very uneventful day. You know. Who knows? I know I'm going to go down to the taco truck and have a bean burrito, though. Maybe I'll have a torta. Holy crap, that torta I had at Ben was off the chain, guys. That torta was fire. Next time I go to Ben, I'm going to have tortas there. I thought I had tortas at that place. I never had one there. I'm certain I never had one there. Because I used to grow up eating, a lot grew up in the San Fernando Valley, so grew up eating taco trucks in Compton, Pacoima, Watts, all over, just all over the valley. But man, those tortas were fire. And nor should you if you are meeting with a paid lawyer. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be able to show up and have a burrito. I'm the one who picked the location. But I'm like, hey, let's go have a burrito. So I think I'm actually going to have a torta. No, I have multiple cords that don't work anymore. To be honest, this one here, yeah, I don't know, maybe a Dollar General. I don't know if they have one there or not. That's about all they have down there. Lakeview's not very big, so. But anyways, if you're ever in Bend, Oregon, go by on 3rd Street, La Prisa. What the hell is that place called? I always mess up the name. I don't care. It's green and black. It's a trailer. It's very clean. And me, I've always never had an iPhone ever. I had the first Android phone put out ever. I was given the first Android phone. I did. It had a rollerball on it. I remember it had Google on the back. It wasn't called Android yet. It was called a Google phone, and it wasn't even Android at the time, because I used to get phones because I had a long standing phone. I used to get all the newest phones. They would send them to me because I won't talk about old self, but I used to have a thing with phone companies, and so I used to rep their phones for them. And I had more people. I had a larger discount at Sprint than the person that had been at Sprint longer than like the CEO or whatever, worked it for this year. Like, you can't get that kind of discount. I'm like, yeah, you can. Well, how did you get, they couldn't figure out that when I first came into Sprint from, can't remember where it was. Oh, I was at AT&T. And I brought a grip load of people over, and then I unlocked this program for them where you could start getting references and getting credit. And so was able to work on my discount. And I worked my discount down to where I was like, I didn't have to pay for anything, where they were just sending me free phones. And then whenever I would buy anything, I would get like a 68% or so discount. And they're like, that's not possible. I'm like, yeah, it is. Look at my thing, and it will work. Put it in the system, and it'll total that out. It'll either tell you to give me that phone for free, or that's my total. That can't be. I've been at Sprint, 30 years. There's no way, or whatever, they're fucking 10 years or whatever. Some, just try it. There's my code. So I remember when they sent me the first Android phone that they had. It was in Eugene, Oregon. Down there by the university over there, and nobody knew it as an Android phone. It was called Google. It was a Google phone, but Google is Android, and so always had one since then. But I don't remember what the hell that phone was. It was kind of a neat phone. It was copying the BlackBerry, and had a rollerball on it. Remember that, which was a pretty neat feature. I wish they'd bring that shit back. That's pretty cool. Bring the rollerball back, motherfuckers. Want our Blackberries back. You guys remember Blackberries? Did anybody have a BlackBerry phone? Those things were off the chain for there were some Nokia you could run over with a Mack truck, but use as nunchucks. Remember the BlackBerry? So we come a long ways, guys, from, I don't know. I have a 4G phone. My phone is a Samsung piece of shit A03, I think is what it is. So this is the same phone as my old phone. So this is the phone you're on right here. Is this phone? This is the same exact phone. It says Samsung A03. Ooh, where's that other phone? I need to find that other phone. Where is that other phone? Oh, guys, I got to find that because I got one more phone to charge. All right, I better go. I have to look because I got court tomorrow. Let me look around for this other phone. I just remembered which phone that I had. It wasn't this style phone. It was another one. And it wasn't in my black evidence thing because I need to bring all that stuff and have it charged for tomorrow. So much love. Appreciate somebody gave a cash app earlier today. Appreciate that. I really don't need funding right now, guys. Appreciate anybody who helps. I mean, I was able to get the ministry paid off through a lot of hard work, and I paid the other property off, so I only have one land payment, which really lifts a lot of payment weight off my shoulders, that I don't get income. I don't get disability, Social Security, veterans benefits, anything. Don't have income. I never, I don't have a source or residual income. So until it just helps, and I don't want to ask. And so I do appreciate this very much. And it's so much a blessing to not have to chase, all those land payments anymore. And although I could have done a lot of other things with that money, got myself an attorney. I wanted to get this land paid for the ministry off. So I didn't have it long. Like I said, I just worked and get some things sold that I had, and sold a house, that I'd bought and moved and things like that. So, and got some things moved. I'm supposed to be in court at 1:30 and I'm with him at noon. So maybe get to spend a good hour or so with him, sitting down and kind of going over a little bit. I mean, that's nothing. There's thousands of hours of evidence here. So, yes, Father be with me, guys. And I don't have any, they can rearrest me, guys, again tomorrow, but it is what it is. I'm not going to, it is what, I don't know what, I don't know. I just know, they'll do whatever they want in this county. So I'm going to go there because I have a court date and show up and do what I'm supposed to do. And now this time I'll not be representing myself, and I haven't. There's just no attorney in the last 10 months. There is somebody that will be there at the courtroom. He's not from this county. I've already talked to him, and a little promising. He says he's got the bandwidth to do the case. I don't think he understands everything's been live streamed. He hasn't quite got the details, but his name is Paul, which is cool. The district attorney's name, Paul. Maybe they'll come meeting in the mines. Hey, what's up, Paul? They do work for each other, right? What's up, Paul? What's up, Paul? All right, let's get this done. This dude's going to fucking take this to trial, and you're not good. This is going to be a big deal. This is going to be a big, big case. Cost the county all the money we got. I hope you guys got a lot of money, to take this, So we'll see, what the Father has in store, so. And we need to stick some more wood in there. So I'll try to come on maybe before the end of the night. Maybe I'll watch some blogs, just I just want to relax. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Like I said, I have no expectations for tomorrow. I don't have anything to tell you. I already told you what potentially and what it is I'm going to ask the attorney for, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll come on for the end of the night, and I'll do a little live stream down there tomorrow, guys, before I go to court or something. No, I didn't do that last time. You didn't see my arrest last time, did you? Stephanie, it's on the channel. It's on the channel. No, I didn't turn around and didn't do the arrest thing. I hear you. Okay, if you want to see my last arrest, okay. Stephanie, I do really appreciate your absolute, you must have studied for quite some time. Guys, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember, Stephanie's not even from America. To blow your mind, Stephanie, you're not even from the U.S., are you? You guys want to get your mind blown? Let me hope if my mind's still working correctly. Stephanie, you don't live in the United States, correct? Guys, watch this. Yeah, Christopher, thanks for being in here. I do appreciate it, lady. Always. Paul Tina with Matthew. He'll find you. Nice. Appreciate coming in again there. I think Rick, we've seen Rick in here. Treated courts are foreign ships of a dry dock. Look at this, guys. Not even a fucking American. And this Canadian, this is why I have mad respect for my brothers and sisters in the North, guys. I told you they're hardened people. They're hardened motherfuckers, man. That cold weather makes you smarter than a pistol, guys. It really will, in a lot of ways. I'm not saying everybody, if you use it wisely, your time, so to speak. You're not dicking off playing in the sunshine all the time. But thank you, Stephanie. Not even in, a part of the U.S. and helping a brother here in the U.S. with legal, and you too, brothers, sisters. What an asset this channel is. You rock, Stephanie. That's awesome. What a cool service you're providing in here for people with this beautiful, understanding of the logistics and liquids, all legal and lawful, and all this consent that's given, as you say, to be, all the yeah, what an outstanding asset Stephanie is to the channel. Appreciate you. Really helped this channel in this last since you've been here. I don't remember. I think it's been about 5-6 months you've been here. Have you been here longer than that? Feels like that's somewhere right around there now. But what an addition you've added to the channel. The only one who traumatized my head. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, not everybody can deal with the cold very well. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's cold natured. So, isn't it? You really got it. You're always in a study mode, aren't you, Stephanie? You're always in a study mode. Always seeking that knowledge. I said it was an information hound. People are like, dude, do you ever stop studying, man? Hell, when do you have time to do anything else? Like, do a lot of other things. Fuck off. Like, yeah, I know, dude, but when you ever you have time, you're always looking into something, man. Matthew is a personal or an attorney with a bold history. Yamhill. Cool. All right. Thank you, Rick. Yeah. Outstanding. So yes, thank you, Father, for bringing Stephanie here, bringing everybody here that's in this ministry, that's a part of the ministry. Thank you, Father, for creating all things. We couldn't do it without you, Father. Shiloh is our love, but you, Father, are the ones who created all things and created Shiloh. You had to birth the flesh vessel. So thank you, Father, for Shiloh, and thank you for creating all things good and bad. The bad times refine us, guys. The bad times make us stronger. You know what I'm saying? But remember, weak time, easy times breed weak men, and hard times bring strong men, and so strong men and strong women. So the ellipsis, pinching, Theolobos, ellipsis is tribulation, excuse me. But he'll beat us because he loves us. He only beats his bride. And that's a good thing. It's not a physical thing, remember, like that. So, yep, God beats the ones he loves. He beats the self out of us. So, who shall ever come after me? Let them deny themselves daily, take up your cross daily, and follow after me. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Cold summer on the south light. Morning, nice. Yeah, what is my biggest guy? He the biggest. So, all right, Pastor Revelation is going to end this one here, guys. Appreciate it. I don't know if I come on for the end of the night. Maybe I'll buzz in tomorrow before the end of or after I speak with that attorney or something at the end of the court date and give you guys an update. So thank you for everybody who spends all the extra time that you guys spend here. You could be on any other channel, any other platform. You just choose to spend it here on High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries. What a blessing that is for all of us to be here together. It's like one body, if you will, kind of like how Christ had said, he is the head and we are the body. So we're getting to kind of experience it now, how we're all separate, but we're all together, one body, and he being the Godhead, Christ Jesus, my love, the one who was not birthed in a manger in the middle of winter, but the shepherds were in the field with the sheep at the time of his birth. So it's coming, guys. All right, that time is getting closer. All right, we're past that, so we're going to be, hang in there. Spring is going to get here before you know it. So try to enjoy some of this cold, because when hot gets here, all you're going to be doing is bitching and wishing it was this cold outside. You will, and you'll want it this cold outside in your fucking house right now. And you're like, oh, it feels so good in here. Try to remember that right now. Try to do that in these next cooler months. If there's a month or two, go out every day when you can. Don't make that cold an excuse, so to speak, and go work in that cold. And go out there and go, man, somebody turn the AC on. It's hotter as hell out here. Woo, they turn the AC on. Man, and trick your mind a little bit. I've done it. I worked through winters and stuff. I've been Arctic trained and mountaineering, cold weather trained, all kind. I've been a lot further north than Canada. I've lived in Alaska, okay? So, seriously, see what I'm saying? I've talked about that before. So use these next months, because these are going to be the premium months, guys. They truly are, these next couple months, where you can really trick your brain into, don't waste these next couple times. Get that spring things going before that spring hits the air, so to speak, and go work on some of those cold days. Tell yourself, man, it's blistering hot out here. And somebody turned the AC on. I'm so lucky. I don't even have to take my coat, Does that make sense? Can anybody trick their mind into doing that? I trick my mind into doing that a lot, into working the cold. My dad taught me that when I was younger. He did. He's like, it's not hot outside. Just think of a freezing iceberg. It's not that hot. You're thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Think of cold things. Think of a cold soda. Think of cold water. Think of jumping in an ice pool. Think of, see, you already feel cooler, don't you? No, it's hot. Well, you're not listening then. So I didn't listen to my dad. But I did. I heard him. I just didn't normally implement anything. And 2 years later. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't use AC in the summer, guys. You know what I'm saying? I like the heat in the summer. So I can trick my mind to do that, guys. I really can. I can work through the winter. Remember, I built the Rusty Dragon with a busted hip, all the way through the winter, going out there, and oh man, I was in so much pain. Gosh, I feel so much better than I did then. Oh, thank you, Father. Even with my horrible face and my eyes and my fucking head that hurts all the time, but I don't try to talk about that. So, yeah, we got a lot of Canadians in here, by the way, Stephanie. So you got Lions. We got a good following from Canada. I truly appreciate everybody, my brothers and sisters to the north, frequent in this channel. Fuck Donald Trump. No, I ain't going there. You guys don't want to be a part of America. I know that. I'm so tired of that bullshit. You don't want our debt. I know that. People are like not into this whole Canada 51st state bullshit too. So I appreciate it as a separate, and not part of the United States. You guys are, although you act as if you are our brothers to the north and sisters to the north, and I do appreciate, I really do the whole America thing, but it's good knowing there's good people got your back, and up to the north too. So I feel like if there was ever some kind of invasion and, whatever, don't go there like that, but it'd be hard to get through Canada, guys. To get to the U.S., I think there's some hard-ass candidates up there. It might be a little harder to get through here. That might put up a pretty damn good fight to let you get here in the U.S. That's a pretty good, and I don't mean like that either. I'm just saying because they're hardened people. Maybe it's just a fight with knowledge or something, you know what I'm saying? So choose your battles wisely. So love you, brothers, sisters. This ministry is larger through the TikTok numbers that still go to the channel. There's still numbers on that channel. And this channel, it's larger than mega churches, you know, some of the largest mega churches in the world. More eyes see this ministry. So what a blessing we have here. We need to give thanks for that. And this ministry is not just one mega church, but a worldwide ministry. So, wow, guys, thanks for being a part of that. We're all one body. I don't represent anyone greater than anyone else here either. So just bring it up because it's all about fellowship, and just always enjoy coming in here and spending hours with you, and hours. Even if it makes some of my other life suffer, I don't care. To me, it's like putting my treasure in afterlife. So I couldn't ask for a better channel. This channel has just been rock solid. We've had some really good people. So always so glad to see and support from brothers and sisters alike. I don't know if we have more brothers or sisters here. I feel like it's really close. I do. I feel like we have about, I don't know if you guys feel about that or not, but I look at through the, you know, I don't always get to look at every one of your guys's, maybe I'm in thought or looking away or something, but I feel like we have a pretty equal following between brothers and sisters in here. And I like that. It's a nice equal feel. It feels very, you know, inviting. I don't think we're swaying more towards anything in this. I feel like he's got this channel on lock for a reason. You know, it keeps the right people here. So again, please do, since it is shadow banned, this channel isn't going anywhere. As you can see, it doesn't move, and it's totally okay because we're seeing the regulars staying here. So just make sure you stay subscribed to the channel, guys, if you could. I'll let you go. Hit that. Okay, cool. Keith, nice. Good stuff, man. There, we do have a regular following here, which is awesome. You know, following subscriber base. So always good to see people coming in here who have the time to sup with others and share and help the ministry through. Just remember, all eyes are on you. People come in here again, and I told you we have had just a substantial amount of people. It would be a large list. I cannot believe it. It would be quite the large list of people who've said, I've been watching for 6 months, I've been watching for a year, I've been watching for 2 years, and I've never said something, and I want to say something, and they have. And we've had that. We hadn't had any recently in the last, you know, week or so, but we were having people pretty regularly tell me that they've been here a while and they've just been watching silently. So they're watching you. They're maybe not just watching me. That means they get to watch all the chat, and they don't have to say anything to you, and they haven't said anything. So good to see you, Sister Deborah. Appreciate it. Outstanding. All glory to the Father, Stephanie. Father brought you here. So Father wrote all things. So what a blessing. You know what I'm saying? What a blessing this ministry is, to think that people are watching, not me, but they're watching all the chat log the whole time, and they're learning from you guys too. So all eyes on the chat. Thanks for being there, guys, and taking the time. Yeah, that's fine, Keith. That's what I'm saying. I have to remind myself often, Keith, that people are sitting here. Like I said, they come. I've been here for 2 years, Tracy. I've been here for 2 years, Pastor Revelation. I'm saying, and so we've been getting more in the last 3 or 4 months, people coming out saying that they've been here for some years. And that is absolutely astounding to me, because I need to remember there's a lot of people who sit in the background. They don't have to comment. They don't have to comment. Nobody makes them. They don't have. They can sit in here for years and just watch you. So they're watching you, brothers and sisters. See, it ain't about me. It's about us, this whole ministry. So I appreciate how much of a big part of this ministry you really are. You really are more than you know. It's not just one ugly old dude out in the desert. It's about all of us as a body of Christ, and he is the head that brings that light to this ministry. The word. Don't hide it in a basket. Right? Don't put it at the top of the house. So we give all glory to him. Yeah, me too. Sometimes, Rick, people say some pretty strange things. So, okay. Yeah, much blessings. Our OG moderator here in the chat, Lady in Red. So been here from pretty close to the beginning of this ministry. I'm not a follower from TikTok, but was here from my old girl in here, right? Thank you, lady, for all the off the emails. I don't always respond, but I do try to always check your emails. Appreciate all the suggestions that you leave for the channel and stuff, and I always listen. I don't always implement them, but I do hear what you're saying, and I appreciate sharing your life with me here. I don't talk to anybody else about what's going on. That's your life and our stuff about I'm saying just chat stuff. I'm saying what you recommend for the chat and stuff. I don't talk about your personal life in here. That's but I do appreciate having a personal friendship with the outside of the ministry too. Lady in Red's much blessing. And all right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Hit that thumbs up button if you choose. Come back when you got some more time. If I get it before the end of the night, love you. If not, I'll try to. We'll get this thing going again tomorrow. All right. Thanks for the Cash App earlier. I think that person's a couple times here in the last month or something. Appreciate the blessings and I love you, mommy. I love you, sister. Truly love you guys, sisters and brothers in Christ in the narrow way. We'll see you guys and keep in touch with each other if you guys can too. Remember, sometimes please don't make me the reason why you have contact. Some of you ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters should find a way to have some response. I mean, I hope you guys aren't just coming in here and talking with her and each other, and maybe you are, but maybe you're not. I think I heard something earlier and read something about you guys are on other platforms or something, or another channel or something. You guys see each other, because I know Lady in Red moderates for more than just this channel. So please try to get that contact information, guys, because if the channel went down or something, like when I went to jail, you guys couldn't talk to me. I'm thankful Kevin was here to keep you guys updated too. So, gosh, thank you, Father, for Kevin. What a good dude. I'm so thankful. Kevin is such a godly man. He really is a good godly man. So he just doesn't really care about any, I mean, he cares about everything, but not like that. It's just the word is in his heart. I know Father wrote the word on his heart, and he's I see it with him. I haven't seen him today, but that's all right. I don't do whatever he wants. He's a grown ass man. So, all right, I seen him here on the live stream, so he's here. So, all right, much agape and phileo, brothers, sisters, Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. I'll see you guys. If you want to leave a comment on the stream, you guys can do that. Okay. You guys are a blessing to my life. Thank you so much. My life is so much more. Even I don't have my son, and it's very important to me. So important to me. You guys have filled just a huge void. You really have. I can't thank Father enough for the blessing of this ministry. So, welcome to the new age. Welcome to the last book. Welcome to being the remnant. Whoa.